Through a very busy day of football up and down the country, in the Premier League, in the Championship, and also in the FA Cup as well. First round action ongoing. I'm your host, Sam Ellard. Very good afternoon. Thanks for joining us on talkSPORT's YouTube channel and your smart TVs. As always, to my right-hand side, backers. Is the back recovered, Lee Phelps?
I'm getting there.
You're getting there from carrying talkSPORT goals for the best part of 9 Premier League match days?
I wouldn't say I'm fully match fit, but I'm good enough to start. I might have to come off about 65 minutes.
Sam Norris will just come in of absolutely nowhere and replace you at half time. And to my left-hand side, CJ, the Doody Gooner, Scotty Saunders with us throughout the course of the afternoon. Good afternoon, gentlemen. We all good?
I'm good. I'm fighting fit at the moment.
Good.
This is the best time I've ever been in the studio.
I know. I'm delighted.
In a Manchester United sense.
I'm really happy for you.
I'm sure you are.
So here's where we are. We're on a slightly later time today. That is because there is no 12:30 game in the Premier League. So we've got 5 games starting at 3 o'clock today and some really good games to enjoy. Brighton versus Leeds is 13th versus 15th. Brighton never lost in 6 Premier League meetings with Leeds. Leeds looking to record consecutive Premier League victories for the first time since November 2022. The Premier League leaders Arsenal are at Burnley. Arsenal well and truly flying at the top of the Premier League, winning, not conceding many goals. Arsenal are unbeaten in their last 11 away games against Burnley. Brentford should be a really, really good game of football. Two sides who have had very similar starts to the season. Brentford in particular, though, in good recent form. Fulham Wolves feels a big game already for both sides. That's 17th versus 20th. Wolves looking for their first victory of the season. Fulham won 2-1 at Molineux in their last league meeting with Wolves. Only once in their history have they ever won consecutive games against the Wolves. And Nottingham Forest versus Manchester United. Manchester United, I'm sure you're all aware by now, have won 3 league games in a row and are searching for 4 in a row. I hope no one here has plans this Saturday evening. If you have got plans, get a life. You don't need them. Spurs Chelsea 5:30, Liverpool Aston Villa at 8 o'clock. We're eating good this evening after talkSPORT goals is done. We've also got 3 games right now in the Championship. Leicester versus Blackburn. Leicester 0, Blackburn 2. I'm sure the diehard viewers of talkSPORT goals know that I'm absolutely loving the Championship this season for the fact that all the teams that people thought were going to do well, not doing so well, and many of the sort of non-fancy teams having really good starts. Leicester started the day 10th in the table, Blackburn just outside the relegation zone, leading by 2-0. One of the surprise packages are Hull City. They're 1 up at Norwich. Norwich 23rd in the Championship. Liam Manning is under serious pressure. This victory takes Hull into the top 6, and it's also goalless between West Brom and Sheffield Wednesday. So what we'll do for the next hour or so is look ahead to all of the 3 o'clock games, and we'll start then, shall we, with some team news in the game between Brighton versus Leeds. As I mentioned, Leeds winless in their last 9 away league games against Brighton. Brighton losing away at Old Trafford last week have got Verbruggen in goal. Vifa, Van Heck, Dunk, Kadigoglu, the back 4. Belaber and Ayari will sit. Minter, Ruta, Gomez will support Danny Welbeck. As for Leeds, it's Perry in goal. Bogle, Rodon, Biol, Goodmanson, the back 4. Ampadu, Longstaff, Tanaka, the midfield 3. Aronson, Calvert-Lewin and Okafor lead the line. Scott, you're of course a Man United fan. Brighton played Man United last week. I say Brighton are the most inconsistent team in the Premier League. One week you can sit there and watch them and think, wow, they're seriously good. But they've also got an absolute stinker in them, it feels like, just around the corner.
I think they were pretty stinking last week. Carlos Belaber as well. You know that there's a lot of attention on him at the moment. He really didn't have a good day. And I think Brighton, who have they beaten so far? Manchester City, Newcastle, and another big team so far. And then all of the other games, they haven't been too good in. And
they've been indifferent.
They've been really indifferent. It surprised me last week how much. Obviously, they had that wobble towards the end, and Brighton came back into it. But in terms of value for the win, it was definitely United for over the course of the 90. So it'd be interesting to see how they deal with this one today. They're unpredictable.
Once again, CJ, no Matoma in the Brighton team. So you think of the Brighton team last season, no João Pedro obviously going to Chelsea. Matoma's been injured for the last couple of weeks. So you wonder whether maybe they're missing those 2 players, and he feels like he's maybe struggling to find the right balance of attack at the moment, Fabian Hurtzler.
I mean, you're obviously going to struggle, like you guys have said. That you even just said it there. They're the most inconsistent team in the Premier League, and but a team like Brighton, you would think they're kind of going to do what Bournemouth have done in that they lose a bunch of players. It's not like they're missing really, and I think I share the sentiment you guys are saying is that one week they're absolutely superb, which they have been in the Premier League. Other weeks they look Championship and subpar. Like we played them midweek, admittedly in the first half, they should have taken their chances, and it was a rotated side. But it's almost like the narrative of what we have about Brighton and what they actually are at this moment, two worlds apart. Got to find some consistency.
Yeah, and Lee, we'll do some more specific odds with you in the next part of the show. But just more of a broader chat about relegation. I mean, we had 2 seasons in a row where the three that came up went back down. We all know that. Burnley and Leeds just outside the relegation zone, but both got 3 wins to them, which is, 3 wins from 9 is a decent start. Of course, Sunderland flying high, 4th in the table. Have you been impressed with Leeds' start to the season?
Yeah, I think so. I think, you look at, I think all of them, and I haven't been totally depressed by Burnley's start to the season. They've showed signs, haven't they? And look, they're on the cusp of 2 wins and a bounce. Obviously, they won't win today, but as long as they can,
you never know.
Yeah, it's very unlikely. But I mean,
it feels unlikely, doesn't it?
You never know. Steady.
I think Burnley should just not turn up and just be like,
I hope so.
Nobody can score against them. I mean, what's going on?
It's going to be tough, man.
But they're third favourites to go down now. Burnley 8-15. So you've got Wolves 4-1 on to go down now. West Ham 4-9. Burnley 8-15. Then you've got Forest 9-4. So we still haven't got to any of the other two. Leeds are 3-1, Fulham 5-1, Sunderland 5-1. Sunderland are now a shorter price to finish in the top 10 than they are to go down.
Having a great start to the season.
When you look at the relegation picture, when you average it out over, you get to that stage where people start talking about who can get out of it. Kind of January, February, and what happens is the teams who are averaging a point a game are in trouble. Less than that, you're in serious trouble, and that doesn't change. Whatever you say about Wolves, whatever the manager says about his team, it doesn't change over the... We've got examples, obviously, you have these great escapes. Once upon a time, West Brom did it, didn't they? And a few teams do it here
West Ham did it in 06 as well.
But generally...
Tevez and Mascherano in that team.
Which Sheffield United fans
crazy. If Wolves can sign a Tevez and Mascherano type in January, I give them a chance. If not, I worry with them a little bit, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So
do you think the prices are fair, though?
Yeah.
In terms of how you've think they're right, yeah?
Because I don't know... What else can you say? How are they going to suddenly start amassing enough points to be able to kind of charge up the table? Now, I know it is an inconsistent division, but, Wolves have got 2 points from 9 games.
Crazy.
I mean, you don't change that kind of form. They're already... Forest on 5 points. They're already 6 points away from Fulham in 17th.
Yeah,
it's a lot to bridge.
So Brighton Leeds a 3:00 game. Let's now do Burnley versus Arsenal, shall we? Because of course Arsenal flying high at the top of the Premier League table. They've got Arsenal flying high at the top of the Premier League table. Hey, listen, I wish I could hate on you, but I can't, to be fair.
It's not a good idea twice.
It's looking a good Arsenal team, isn't it? Arsenal played 9, won 7, drawn 1, lost 1. Just conceded 3 goals across all competitions. They're 4 clear of Bournemouth in second. Perhaps most importantly, they're 6 clear of City and 7 clear of Liverpool, who play Aston Villa this evening. Let's do the Burnley Arsenal team, shall we? The Arsenal team is David Raya in goal. The back 4 is as expected: Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori. The midfield 3: Zubimendi, Rice and Eza, Saka, Gyökeres and Trossard. The front 3: Burnley, Dubravka in goal, Walker, Tuanzebe, Esteve, Hartman. The back 4: Cullen, Florentino will sit, Ugochukwu, Lauren and Anthony will support Fleming, who took his 2 goals really well last week against Wolves. That is kind of, it feels like, with the injuries at the moment, that's kind of the Arsenal team you'd expect, CJ?
Yeah, man. I'd love to sit here, Sam, and say I'm surprised, but the team kind of picks itself. The only kind of one I think us Arsenal fans look at week in, week out is probably left wing at this moment, because Calafiori ain't put a foot wrong. Miles Lewis-Skelly has to be patient. So that lineup is what I wanted to see. Obviously, going into this game, the manager was quite coy on if Saliba was going to be there, but I'm happy he's there. Business as usual today. Just get the 3 points and just get out of it, man.
Yeah. I mean, we watched the game together last week, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Remind me who was I was against last week. Wasn't it Crystal Palace?
Crystal Palace.
On Sunday. Is there? I mean, I know you're a very relaxed Arsenal fan, but I mean, you must be loving what you're seeing. You must be a confident Arsenal fan. All jokes. I know you're a relaxed guy, but you must be dreaming and believing.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm dreaming at the moment. It's October, November now. But
he wasn't giving anything away when I talked to him.
Yeah, you can't dream yet. It's November.
I'm not having that.
It's November.
I wasn't here last week, but I watched, right? And watching CJ watching Arsenal, it's like you're full of today will be the same.
Yeah,
you'll still be full of fraught nerves, even though you're playing Burnley.
It's the Arsenal
I don't think he
PTSD,
is
man.
that relaxed
He's
about
been
it.
let down too many times.
Exactly, it's the
before.
PTSD.
You'll
It's
need,
the old
to be,
wounds.
you'll need to be 12 points clear with 3 games left before you.
When the
before you
penny
relax.
No,
drops.
but still, then he might be like a possible point.
I'll only believe if I see us do that.
No, well, even then, you might be like, yeah, but you know, we've got to go and win it
I'm
back
looking
to
forward
back.
to this journey through the season.
crazy.
It's
Yeah,
going to be
yeah,
great.
It's like the better it gets, and the more that we keep winning, the more you do get excited. But you're like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
where is that coming?
It's
Where's
the
that blip
it's the
coming?
hope that kills you.
It's the hope that kills in life,
Because they're
and
moving
you're right.
so clearly towards being favourites now, with everybody else being inconsistent. That it's like, what happens? What if we bottle it from here?
Exactly.
I'm sure that's his worry.
Exactly. Like it
There's
feels
no
like
coming
we're
back from that.
Exactly.
2 to 5.
Exactly.
2 to 5 title
forbid.
favourites. You know, Liverpool have gone out to 7 to 1 now for the
City?
title.
Wow.
4 to 1.
I mean, just out of interest, like, have you had much money on, you know, a Bournemouth, a Spurs, or something?
No,
I mean, we'll talk Man United in detail, but I was listening to the guys on talkSPORT around the grounds talk about, you know, I think Adrian Durham asked the question, are Manchester United title contenders?
Well, they're not, are they? But they're 25 to 1 all of a sudden. Money. That's not us pricing like that. That's weight of money. Man United, whatever we do, they are always probably the most popular team in the Premier League.
Biggest
And
team in the
that's-
country.
That's to do with if people see them, people still betting on them when they were poor.
Sure.
So you can imagine what it's like now. You know, they'll really be getting involved. 25 to 1 to win the title.
Wow.
No.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. We'll move on from that conversation.
They have got one game a week. You never know. Stranger things have happened.
No, so I don't think anything's have happened. I think
Gotta be optimistic.
this will be more strange than Leicester winning the league, like they did many years ago.
No, you can't do that, man.
On Burnley versus Arsenal, though, Scott, I mean, Burnley have been good at home this season. All 3 of their victories have come at home. And if you look at some of the games they played against some of the, you know, the bigger teams, you know, Man United needed a last-minute goal to beat them. When they played Liverpool, they needed a last-minute goal to beat them. You know, they drew with Nottingham Forest at home. So, I mean, if we're trying to look at a reason to be optimistic for Burnley, I think we know they're going to park the bus. They're going to be big, strong and physical. And it's a bit cliche, but Turf Moor is one of those grounds where it can be a hard place to go and get a result and play your football.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way. I'm sure we're going to talk about it today. All the inconsistency of these other teams, the set-piece goals and the opportunities coming away from just things like that. Levelers, absolute levelers. I don't really worry that much about Arsenal because, if anything, they are massively physical. Like, I really rate that, and that is how you hang in the Premier League.
Facts.
But you never know. You never know. What if Burnley score nice and early and then just upset you a little bit? I don't know.
Yeah.
Look, I think Arsenal would I think this will be a boring 2-0 or something like that. But
See, I'm going 1.
you never know.
I'm going 1.
Yeah, no, and we'll get onto the betting stuff, but I like both of those a lot. You know, we talked about it.
I think
on
we
the
said
previous
2-0, didn't we, in the week?
I think that exactly what you said, CJ. They go in there, get the job done, go home.
Go home, yeah.
Really looking forward to Palace versus Brentford today. Should be a really good game. That's 10th versus 11th. Let's give credit, shall we, to Keith Andrews, because I think lots of people, had just given up on Brentford before a ball was kicked. 3 wins and 4. They're up to 11th in the table. It's so early in the season, but I mean, Brentford are 4 points or 4th place, which is fun to look at, isn't it? Crystal Palace not in great form. We've got Henderson in goal, Richards, Lacroix, Gahey, the back 4, Munoz, Kamada, Lerman, Mitchell, Sarpino, Mateta. For Brentford, Kelleher in goal, Coyote, Collins, Vandenberg, Aya, the back 4, Yarmouk, Henderson, Utara, Damsgaard, Sharda, and Thiago lead the line. Scott, been surprised at Brentford this season at how not just competitive they've been, but they've been better than competitive, haven't they? They've had a really good start.
Honestly, incredibly surprised. I watched the Liverpool game last week. So impressed with. Look, Liverpool have got their own problems at the moment, but the way they have a plan. It works in the league, and they're really leaning into it. There's no more at the moment, like, well, maybe there is a little bit of like looking down your nose at like teams who play that style, who don't play, you know, free-flowing attacking football. I personally love it. I think it's brilliant. I think it's a real leveler.
Got to use the
And I
tools
didn't-
you've got.
Look, he used to be a set-piece coach, right? So it makes sense to think that this is the way that they'd move, and it's really working for them. I'm really impressed with them last week.
Yeah, they've been great to watch, haven't they? I mean, they've got a guy up top who's scoring goals. I think the Henderson signing in midfield, that experience and quality has been brilliant. Yeah. And then the 3 in behind are also dangerous. I think Mikael Damsgaard's maybe one of the most underrated players in the league. The 2 boys out wide, Utara and Sharda, are direct and skillful. And what I love about Brentford, as you mentioned there, they're not afraid to go long. I mean, how often this season has the simple Jordan Henderson long ball? I mean, look at the United game. That's where one of the goals came from. But it's
they
good.
were unlucky against City as well, Brentford.
Yeah, there's 1 goal in that game. And good to see Keith Andrews doing well, Lee.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. It's a long throw derby, isn't it? These 2 are top 2 in the long throws this season.
Is that right?
So, but like direct tactics, I expect goals in it. You know, again, without wanting to kind of go do all the betting stuff now, I think I've been really impressed by so many of their players. Semenyo, obviously, Igor Thiago, fantastic. Them 2 are just behind Haaland in the top scorer table. So. Great.
And the other two games, the team news, Fulham Wolves, Leno, Tete, Anderson, Basti, Sessegnon for Fulham. Iwobi and Berger. Looks like Iwobi's going to play a little bit deeper perhaps for Fulham today. Wilson, King, Kevin starts on the left-hand side, which is good to see. I know you like him, don't you, today, Lee? Jimenez leads the line. Johnson, this is for Wolves. It's Johnson, Agbadu, Bueno, Gomez, Hoover, Manetzi, Krejci, Hugo Bueno, Arias, Bellegarde and Strand Larsen lead the line. That's 17th versus 20th. And Nottingham Forest versus Manchester United. For Manchester United, it's Lamans in goal, Euro, Delic, Shaw, Diallo, Casemiro, Bruno, Dallo, and then it's Mbeumo, Cunha and Sheshko. I think that's probably the 11 that we thought, Scott.
Unchanged last week for the first time under Ruben.
The only one is whether he sometimes goes Euro or Maguire.
The other one's Mount as well. I'm not sure where he fits in, but
I like it when Sheshko's up top.
Me too.
The big number
He's
9.
a good player, man.
Massive overreaction to Manchester United, by the way. I mean, great that they're winning all of a sudden for you and Man United fans, but huge overreaction. Huge overreaction. What? Because suddenly everything's just turned around.
They've been starved of victories. I can't blame them.
It's crazy how everyone's just gone. Like everyone's minds have been blown by this kind of by 3 wins on the bounce.
But when you don't win 2 games in a row for a year, I mean, people are going to.
We've been starved.
It's commendable, but it's not like
now you got
it's not the dawning of a new age, is it? It's just commendable.
Try telling the guy with long hair that. See what he thinks. And Forest have got. He's not. I promise you. I told you this in the talkSPORT Goals preview show. There is one man on this planet who does not want Man United to win 5 games in a row, and it's him. Because once he gets his hair cut, he's done.
Yeah,
he's finished.
done.
See you later, mate.
Needs to milk that 5 minutes of fame.
Back to your Monday to Friday, 9 to 5.
Yeah, no, I won't mention any names, but there are a few
names.
people queuing up. His DMs are red hot with people wanting to be the one to cut his hair.
Yeah. Well, I think that it will be like, you know, the overlap show they do on Sky.
Yeah.
When they got all the fans. Like, I can see him sat there and Paul Scholes and Jamie
Man
Carragher.
United should let their players do it.
No, but then almost though, the problem with that though, whilst that would be fun, are the United players then almost acknowledging we must have been really bad to let your hair go that big. I know it's a bit of
Maybe
fun,
the penny will drop then. Never let it happen again.
Yeah, exactly that. And Forest have got Sells in goal. Savona, Milenkovic, Murillo, Williams, the back 4. Anderson, Douglas, Louise will sit. And Doy, Gibbs, White, Hudson-Odoi will support Igor Jesus, who leads the line. Hull City have got a second goal away at Norwich. So it's Norwich 0, Hull 2. Hull set to go in the playoffs. Leicester's poor start to the season looks set to continue. Leicester 0, Blackburn 2. And West Brom Sheffield Wednesday, going to the last couple of minutes. That is goalless. This is the talkSPORT Goals preview show brought to you by Final One Standing. It's new from William Hill, 18 plus, gambleaware.org. Terms and conditions apply. We'll take a very quick break on talkSPORT Goals. Then when we come back, we'll get some more details with Lee Phelps on some of the standout bets for this afternoon. Yeah, very good afternoon. This is talkSPORT Goals. It is brought to you by Final One Standing. It's new from William Hill, 18 plus. Gambleware.org. Terms and conditions apply. It's Sam Ellard, Lee Phelps, CJ the Deluded Gooner, and Scotty Saunders with you until around 5:15, 25 past this Saturday afternoon, Saturday, November the 1st, taking you through a busy day of football up and down the country. 5 games at 3 o'clock in the Premier League. Not too far to getting underway in the Championship. Blackburn just outside the relegation zone, 2 up away at Leicester. Norwich 0 Hull 2. Liam Manning is under almighty pressure, isn't he, at Norwich? And it's still West Brom 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0 in that game. Let's now do some odds, shall we, with Lee Phelps and William Hill. Reminder, 18 plus, gambleware.org. Let's go through, Lee, the 5 games in the Premier League one by one, and you can try and pick out some value bets for our audience that they might like the look of. Brighton versus Leeds, 13th versus 15th. I think I said to you in the preview show, I like a home win. Both teams to score here?
Yeah, don't mind that at all. I think Brighton, 60% of Final One Standing players in the big game, in the 500k game, have gone with Brighton. Obviously, you're getting into the stage where there's not that many teams left. We're into the 11th round. So yeah, it's a lot riding on Brighton today for those players. So 1% of the original 300,000 players are in still. And so it's getting down to, it's getting nervy, isn't it?
And that's the 500k.
That's 500k. Yeah, there's 52 players left in the talkSPORT league, by the way. So it's $5,000.
Is that right?
52 left.
Producer Jamie is one of 800 in the 200k? 20k, which is not bad going, is it? Who are you on today, Jamie? That's a big question. He's gone Brighton as well. There we go.
Yeah, fair enough. We've got about just over £1 million on the table at the minute to be picked up. And the winners are going to start coming soon because there's 2 50k games which were week 2 and week 3, and they're down to like 250 players as well.
When do you think we'll get a winner for the 500k? I know it's hard to say.
3 or 4 weeks, maybe after the next. Depends on these. If these results, if Brighton and Fulham, who got 25%, don't win today, then it's close.
Do you know if anybody is in the 500k and has the ability to go for Arsenal today? Like, do you know if anyone's on Arsenal today?
No, I haven't checked that, but I'll try and check it and see.
I would just love to know the clever people that are in game week 10 and can go Arsenal to win at Burnley, because that was the tactic of producer Jamie, wasn't it? He was like backing Burnley and teams like that on the first weekend. Obviously, it didn't work for him, but for the hope. Not in the 500k one though, right? So good luck to people in Final One Standing.
But I think Brighton do win. I agree with you. We've Danny Welbeck keeps scoring and no one really talks about him before the games. It's like,
but I think recently, last couple of weeks, I think Welbeck for England boys has been something that has been spoken about.
He needs to get called up, man. He needs to. I said last summer, like, I wanted Danny Welbeck back at Arsenal. I'd actually play him left wing. Like, I miss him at Arsenal.
He's getting better and better. Like,
getting better with aging like fine wine.
Yeah. I think if you're looking at bet building, I think Brighton scored 2. I'm not sure what Leeds will do. Over 1.5 Brighton goals. I like Longstaff. He plays well against Brighton. Danny Welbeck to score. Calvert-Lewin to have a shot on target.
There it is. There it is.
He'll score sooner or later, and I'll be right.
A broken clock twice today.
It's a mathematical thing.
Lee and Dominic, they must be besties. Like, I've never known a man to name drop somebody as often as you like to drop Dominic. Like, he gets more mentions on the show than Haaland and Salah.
He must be in his football manager team as well.
He must be.
And his fantasy.
Pinting and stuff like that.
We used to call him DCL. Do you remember that?
DCL.
He was cool.
That's when he was really good.
He was cool.
So you like Brighton to win, a Welbeck goal, Dominic Calvert-Lewin shot on target, and possibly Longstaff as well.
Shot on target.
Burnley Arsenal. We know Arsenal are going to be short.
Yeah,
where should people want to have a bet on this game? Then what do you think's the right?
I think Arsenal win and under 2.5 goals. That gives you 1-0 and 2-0.
What's the odds on Gyökeres scoring?
Oh, let me have a look at that. Actually,
today's the day.
I don't know what I've got Haaland and Gyökeres in my fantasy team.
Why have you got Gyökeres though?
Well, because I thought he was going to be really good.
There's Danny Welbeck, there's Haaland, and you put Gyökeres?
I've gone Gyökeres as captain today over Haaland.
I hope you're right.
I know that is.
Wait.
I'm not really. I didn't get much sleep last night.
I'm backing you. Let's get this done.
It's just my default.
I normally do, but I just thought I fancy Arsenal today.
It's actually a bit of value because you don't get great prices for any time goal scorers. But if Victor Gyökeres had performed the way he should have performed for Arsenal so far, the expectation, he'd be odds on in this game.
Yeah.
He's 11 to 10. If Haaland is at Burnley, he's odds on.
The
Gyökeres 11. So
value bet there.
Come on, Gyökeres.
Gyökeres to score.
Yeah, but Saka's a bigger price. I'd probably rather go Saka than Gyökeres or Eze. Eze is 17 to 10. So there's loads of players I'd rather back than Gyökeres to score, even though he should score here because if he is a flat track bully,
These are the games.
These are flat track.
Hasn't scored away from home for us.
This is about as flat a track as you get.
The track, honestly, England win the toss and have a bet on this, wouldn't they? Yes, they score 600, wouldn't they, by the way, as well?
It's interesting, the kind of the thinking behind that, rather than just saying like, oh yeah, Arsenal, just go and get the job done. When you look at Arsenal's away record in the league, 1-0 against Man United, lost 1-0 to Liverpool, didn't they? Beat Newcastle 2-1, 1-0 Fulham. So they're only winning by a single goal.
Yeah.
And then Burnley at home, beat Leeds 2-0, 1-1 Forest, lost 1-0 to Liverpool, 2-0 Sunderland. So, they don't score many either. It's tight. I wouldn't be surprised. It's starting to get a little bit niche betting, but draw half-time, Arsenal win full-time, might be another way in.
Wild card, a penalty.
If Burnley can keep it really tight. So Arsenal ease the way in, don't they? They don't go full pelt.
We don't really score in the first half.
Apart from the Leeds game when they really
Yeah, that's because Leeds are just Leeds, innit? Like they're probably the most entertaining team to watch as a neutral, but they're just topsy-turvy. Yeah. My hot take is there'll probably be a penalty for Arsenal in this game, just because I'm sure there was one. Liverpool definitely got a penalty at Turf Moor and someone else.
And Man United.
It felt like it was back-to-back.
That was.
Stand corrected.
Yeah, maybe a nice bet there could be a draw at half-time and then Arsenal to win, possibly.
Yeah,
something a little bit different. So Palace-Brentford's an interesting game. Palace haven't won in 3 in the league. Lost 2 out of their last 3. Suffered a Conference League defeat last week as well. Brentford have won 3 of their last 4. I remember in the goals preview show, I don't know if they've shortened, but I was very surprised at how big Brentford were. They were on Thursday around 3-1. Is that still the case, or have they shortened?
9-4. So shortened a fair bit actually.
So people are listening to me, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's just.
I'm impacting the betting markets, aren't I?
As soon as they uploaded it to the talkSPORT YouTube channel, it was people were like, wow. Palace now they were odds on now 23-20. Like I said before, I think there's goals in this game. Palace haven't been in great form. All that kind of chat about them. That was the first win since the start of October against Liverpool. And that was that Liverpool team was...
You fancied Palace win that game, didn't you? We looked at the two teams.
Ismail Assar scored 2, of course. Already got 3 in the league this season. Mateta's in form, 5 in 9 league games. Igor Thiago, as I said, second in the top scorer table to Haaland with Semenyo. We spoke about him on goals a couple of weeks ago, didn't we, about Igor Thiago. Scored 18 in one season for Club Brugge, 15 in the Hungarian top flight, 7 in 11 for Brentford. Over 2-1 to score. I like that. Whatever the result, I think I could also go with. I could go 4 goals in the game, 15-8. I think it could be a 2-2 again.
Yeah, I think so.
3-3. I'm hoping it is.
I feel like I'm happy to on the fence in that game. Just take the draw.
Absolutely.
I second that.
Brentford can really, mess a few teams up. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that game. Fulham Wolseley.
Fulham, I mean, it's hard to be back in Fulham at these prices because they've flattered to deceive a bit. We've watched a lot of them, haven't we, this season? But they're odds on 4-5. The draw 5-2, and Wolves 100-30. Like I said, 25% of final one standing players have picked Fulham. I'd be nervous if I was them. I really like Kevin. It's not something I say very often, but I do really like Kevin. 7 shots, 3 on target, 2 blocked.
What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah, I don't know anyone who's called Kevin other than this Kevin.
No, Kevin Nolan's a talkSPORT legend, mate.
I don't know Kevin.
Doing a great deal.
I don't know Kevin Nolan.
Also,
a pleasure.
No, he's a good guy. Also, by the way, can I give a shout out to someone?
Kevin. Kevin Keegan.
I'll do it later.
Okay. He scored 5 in 5 for Shakhtar in the Europa League and the Conference League before he moved to Fulham. I've been waiting for him to, show something. He hasn't really had much of a chance. He's kind of been a bit part player.
A lot, hasn't he? Which is strange.
But that game on Tuesday, 7 shots, 3 on target, 2 blocked. I put him up to score in that game. It's coming surely. Just under 3-1 to score in the game. Whatever happens in this one, Kevin to score.
You're going Kevin to score. Okay, I like that. There we go. Fulham Wolves. Imagine if we get a Kevin and Calvert-Lewin doubled. He's
cheesing them.
Kevin and Calvin doubled.
Masterclass.
There would be scenes in the talkSPORT 2 shoot. Lee might just retire from talkSPORT. Because your date couldn't get any better. Yeah, let's do that. We can do a bet builder for this game shortly, but Forest versus Man United. You fancy United to go 4 in a row? Doesn't sound right, that does it?
Nobody's comfortable with saying it. I'm not even comfortable yet.
I guess I was looking at what the opposition are going to do, and
that Forest. When I look at that Forest team on paper, that Forest team on paper, seriously good.
Just a bit mixed up at the minute,
midfield 3 of Anderson, Douglas Luiz, Gibbs, White. You got Ndoye and Hudson-Odoi. You still got Mirela Milenkovic back. I'm really surprised they've had such a bad start to the season.
No, I am as well. I mean, Man United are the favourites here, 23-20. Forest over 2-1. The draw 5-2. Forest beat Man United on April Fool's Day at home. Since then, they've won 2, drawn 1, lost 7 at the City Ground, and the last 3 p.m. Saturdays they've lost without scoring. we were saying, weren't we, on the preview show, that when your team's on a bad run, like Forest, every team you encounter seems to be just turning into a good patch of form. So now they meet Man United 3 or 4 weeks ago. They're like, yeah,
all over that.
Now it's like, oh, God. And Bumo, 4 in 9 games, 9 shots, 7 on target. Got to be in your thoughts. I mean, he's going to go in our bet builder, isn't he? I think so. Someone's picked him. So, Man United to win.
Okay, let's do a bet builder then, shall we? We're going to have a little pick for the Forest Man United game. Let's see if it comes in. A little bit of fun. I feel like I'm not a safe option, but I've gone from Bremo to score. I mean, he's been great form.
Yeah,
I think United to win. I think there's a good chance and Bremo gets the goal. So Bremo to score anytime is my one. Scotty Saunders, the Man United fan in the room.
I'm becoming used to Casemiro getting subbed at 60 minutes, but also getting booked for Casemiro booked.
Yep, got that.
Casemiro yellow card.
Yep.
CJ?
Bruno Fernandes anytime.
Bruno anytime. Okay, I like that. And Lee, you're going to put one in for us as well?
Yeah, you get impact sub on those as well. So if any of those three haven't done their thing, the sub who comes on for them carries it on. I'm going both teams to score.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. I don't think United keep a clean sheet.
No, they're working on it.
As long as Sean Dyche
haven't done it yet.
As long as Sean Dyche doesn't go completely like, let's just stop going forward and we just try and keep them.
They've got too many good attacking players.
I don't think he can do that. I don't think he can.
Both teams are going to smell blood in that game.
Yeah. So Mbeumo to score, Casemiro anytime yellow, Bruno anytime, and both teams to score.
33-1.
We'll have some of that.
Decent,
won't we?
Decent.
We will have some of that, and just one more. The 8 o'clock game tonight, live radio commentary on talkSPORT. Liverpool, Aston Villa. Liverpool lost 4 in a row in the league. Villa won 4 in a row in the league. Aston Villa again. Last time we spoke, I was really surprised at how big Aston Villa were to win that game. They were 4-1 on Thursday.
Yeah, and they've been backed in. Not that much, but they've been backed in. Yeah, it had to happen. 18-5, so not massively backed in. But we've got an epic boost on that game and on the Tottenham game. So it's João Pedro shot on target in the Spurs-Chelsea game, even money from 4-9, and Mo Salah to score or assist in the Liverpool game, even money from odds on. I know he's not been at his best, but still had 13 shots on goal in the last 5. And his record against Villa is fantastic: 9 goals and 6 assists in 13 games. So if he's going to do it, now's the time. They need him. Otherwise, if they lose that game, they're 10 points behind Arsenal should they win at Burnley.
And that's surely too big of a gap. Yeah.
It can change so fast.
It can, but we need this conversation to keep going.
It won't change fast if Arsenal just keep on not conceding goals. It's almost borderline unfair, isn't it? How good they are defensively. Okay, Lee, happy with that? All good stuff?
Yeah, all good. Looking forward to it.
Good stuff.
Come on, Calvin.
Come on, Calvin and Kevin.
Come on. I'll put that double together.
K&C. Also, I want to give a shout out to Dean Holden, a friend of talkSPORT. Yes. Speak a lot on social media. Currently in at Hull as the assistant manager, and they're doing a really, really good job. Hull have just beaten Norwich away from home. So as things stand, Hull City have gone up to 5th in the table. Producer supporting Bristol City. I'm also right in saying he was once Bristol City manager. Am I right in saying he has got the highest win percent ratio out of any Bristol City manager? Or have I completely made that up?
I think he disagrees.
Be surprised. Maybe I'll just make that up. I'm not sure. It felt like I saw that somewhere on social media about Dean Holden, and maybe I'm just lying about something. There we go. Anyway, well done, Hull City. They've won away at Norwich. By the way, Norwich City in the Championship League, 23rd in the table. They've lost their last 5 games. They're under Liam Manning's under real pressure. Maybe Marty Cifuentes is too. Leicester 0, Blackburn 2, and West Brom 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. How on earth are you guys pricing up the Championship? You must find it near on impossible.
Crazy.
Yeah, well, Coventry were odds on to win the title before that game last night. Now 11-10. It changes though, doesn't it? I mean, it's very congested. Bristol City are 4th favourites for promotion with Leicester and West Brom 4-1. Before them, there's obviously Coventry, Ipswich, Borough. Top 6, Bristol City are 11-8. This is all for producer Jamie. 11-8. But they're the first after Coventry, Ipswich, Borough. They're the first team, next team, 11-8 before Leicester and West Brom to get in the top 6.
Can you imagine talkSPORT goals next season, by the way, if Bristol City are in the Premier League? I mean,
he would have to say it.
We'd only ever do shows. It'd be like a Friday night game, Bristol City, Burnley. We've got to do a talkSPORT goal show on the Friday night. And it'd just be him, wouldn't it? Him and Dean Holden just doing talkSPORT goals all next season. There we go. League, good stuff. That was the latest odds with William Hill, 18+, gamble aware door. Coming up next, we'll take a deep dive on all things Manchester United. A very good afternoon. It is talkSPORT Goals. We are live on talkSPORT's YouTube channel and also on your smart TVs. We are always inundated, aren't we, Lee, with any sort of Percy Pig sweets. We've got a Percy Pig jam sandwich today. I mean, that is absolutely outrageous, isn't it?
That's not for me, though.
A Percy Pig jam sandwich.
That's producer Jamie going crazy, isn't it?
Honestly. Has he got his own sort of sponsorship deal with Percy Pigs? I mean, it's absolutely remarkable, isn't it?
This table's all Percy stuff.
There's no danger of any other sweets or chocolates making its way into a talkSPORT studio, right, Lee?
Roll us out of here at the end of the show.
Yeah,
We eat all those. Honestly.
It's Sam Ellard, CJ, the Deluded Gooner, Scott Saunders and Lee Phelps with you until around 20 past 5 this evening. Let's talk a little bit, shall we, before our 3 o'clock game start, about the style of football we're seeing in the Premier League this season. There's obviously been quite a hot topic, a hot debate over the past couple of weeks. Some stats for you. Set plays account for 28% of top flight goals. It's the highest total since the 09-010 season. Some people are asking, has the Premier League become a bit boring with less than a quarter of the season play? There have been already more long throws, 359, an average of 4 per game, than the whole of the 2020-21 campaign. We are seeing less football, according to Opta, an average of 45 minutes and 31 seconds is spent waiting for the ball to come into play this season. That is, by the way, an absolute disgrace. An average of 45 minutes is spent... I mean, I'm sorry. In a game of football which is 90 minutes long, that cannot be acceptable. And also this season in the Championship, about 100 fewer passes are being played per game than in previous seasons, and a drop is mirrored in League One, in League Two. Maybe that's perhaps an end of Pep-style possession football, which was kind of filtering through all the football pyramid. What have you made, Scott, in terms of the style of football and what have you witnessed this season? Do you like the change?
In terms of what I consider boring, I call Pep ball boring. I think that's boring. If I had to watch Liverpool and Man City at their pomp, Liverpool and the style they played with the aggression, the intensity of it, back to front, I would pick that style like every single day of the week. What I think with this is, it's massively different. I don't think it's boring because it's leveled out the playing field. If you look at the table now, between second place and 13th, 6 points gap. That, like, things can change really quick. I think what we like about the Premier League is that the fact that teams from, who are at the bottom of the league, Sunderland can go to France and pick up a player for 30 odd million quid or something like that, really highly rated player. And exactly. And that, I think there's a lot of teams in the middle who are as good as each other. This, if anything, this is a way to level out the playing field a bit more. And that's why I think it's more exciting, because who would have thought, like, a few weeks ago, Liverpool would be down in 6th place? Who would have thought that Sunderland would be up where they are, and Bournemouth as well? Like, I think if every team played with the ball on the floor, you probably have the best teams who have the most technical players, like, at the top of the league. That's not what I consider, like, fun, personally.
So it's also not just the kind of lower teams that are, obviously Arsenal's, as we all know, have had a great season. And I had Jeff Stelling, I'm not sure if you saw the clip, doing the rounds on social media. I'm going to paraphrase here, but it was basically almost like, come on, Arsenal, you're the best team in the league, you need to score more goals and play better football. It's boring watching Arsenal. What would you say to that?
I would say, with the greatest of respect, Jeff, like, what does your entertainment do for Arsenal Football Club? There was a point in my life where Arsenal probably were on par with Barcelona. What did we win? I hear what people are saying about entertainment, but we've got to remember, kind of going with what Scott said, there's a lot of elite managers in the game. Like, people say it's boring. You go back to the early 2000s, if you heard Manchester City versus Bournemouth, that's not entertaining. Now it is. Bournemouth potentially are the favourites. I think it's a level playing field with the tactical aspect. I think it's down to the players. And I think more than anything, it's systemic football, Again, we talk about fine margins. These managers in the game from top to bottom, they're so heavy on, when we lose the ball, how quickly can we get it back? They're all big on space. Like, everybody speaks about Arsenal. If you listen to Mikel Arteta, his thing is, as soon as we lose that football, how high can we win it back? That's why we've got a high line. That's why you see Rice playing in the 8. I hear it. It depends what you define as entertaining, Sam. Like, of course, we like to see 4-4s and 5-4s and crazy games, which you lot have typically done. But if you like the tactical aspect and the coaching and the inverted fullbacks and the false nines dropping in, I can't tell you that's not entertaining. I just think it's a level playing field. Football's a low scoring sport anyway, Sam. So this is just a natural progression of the game for me. This is just what every manager is. Every manager micromanages every aspect of the game. It's not what it used to be, and it's only going to get quote unquote worse. We're only going to go deeper and deeper, but you're into that kind of abyss.
Lee, how'd you sit?
Yeah, I don't mind it at all, to be honest. I'm a bit older, and I remember when long ball was like, everything was long ball, and it was like pump it into the corners. It was more like kind of like rugby tactics. So I think the variety is fantastic. What's interesting to me, obviously, I always look at it from a betting point of view, and you look at it, you can bet on how players score. So you look at players to score headers. Now look at Arsenal, for instance, and I did look at this when all this kind of. There's not that many players scoring headers for Arsenal. I think no one's scored more than one. I don't think.
Exactly.
But then you can bet on players scoring inside the 6-yard box, and Arsenal are second in that behind Chelsea. So then do you start looking at, rather than kind of complaining about it, my view is just start
what
thinking,
markets are you going to go into?
How do you, because it'll level itself out eventually. So while you're on the right side of the maths, while there's 28% of goals scored via free kicks or by set pieces, then how do you get on top of that before the market levels itself out? So, like for instance, today with in the Arsenal game, Gyökeres to score inside the 6-yard box is 5-1.
Well, create some chances, to be fair, but hopefully Gyökeres.
But then, how do you score the goals against it? Then it's working out. You'd immediately think it's a header, but it's not necessarily, is it? So, but more of that.
Yeah.
I think the whole argument around the Pep style, it just became a joke. Teams trying to play that. Grassroots teams trying to play it when you go on a Sunday afternoon. It's
trying to play out from the back.
Crazy. Hit the ball long. If you need to hit the ball long, play nice football.
And managers have kind of hit back at this. Like Arteta hit back at it. Maresca in the week said, you know what, you lot can talk about us with set pieces, but how do you get set pieces? Literally by progressing from one area of the field to the others. And they just see it as another kind of tool, really and truly. As a manager, you've got to adapt to it. We've adapted. I see, when we played against you lot, Slot openly came out and said, I didn't necessarily want to set up like this. It's just that is the best kind of tool, and you lot benefited from that when you beat us at Anfield. So how can you expect the game not to go like this? Everybody's kind of doing the same things, and it will go again and again.
A stat, though, that this drives me insane. According to Opta, an average of 45 minutes and 31 seconds is spent waiting for the ball to come back into play this season. It almost doesn't sound real, does it?
I'd like to see how long VAR takes as well.
That's half of the game,
Facts.
isn't it? That's an increase of 3 minutes on the last season. So put another way, this season the ball was in play for only 54.8% of the game, a decrease of more than 2% on last season, and the lowest proportion on record. So the lowest proportion on record, but I would say it's not a new thing, it being this low. So it's getting slightly more. But I mean, because we watch a game of football and don't think about these sort of things, do we? Sure, the odd time a free kick takes too long to take. But when you read those numbers out loud, and you're someone that pays for your TV subscription, or you're a bloke that spends X amount of money to go and buy a ticket, I mean, it's like going to a tennis game, isn't it? And you expect to see first to best of 5 sets, but then they don't get it all in to do a best of 3 sets. It wouldn't happen, would it? I mean, those numbers are an absolute disgrace.
Well, as long as it's working, I don't see it getting any better either.
Yeah.
I'm blaming you lot, by the way. I'm blaming you lot. How long you take with your corners to prepare them. Like, it was driving me mad for months on end, but it works.
Never stop our
teams are always going to do what works.
I can't remember what the number was, but I saw a crazy stat about how long it took the Brentford bloke, Coyote, last week.
And they're up there for long throws as well.
Because sometimes, one in particular, if he's a right back and he's got to take a throw on left-hand side out the pitch, he's having to run a long way. He wants to obviously, wipe the ball. And then the worst thing that, happens, then the referee wants to do that thing where he blows the whistle and goes and chats to the players, but explains the rules to them. I mean, honestly, it is. I mean, a simple, more real basic idea would be have a stop clock. Every time the ball goes out of play, just stop. And I appreciate that maybe feels like the game is going to go. But I promise you one thing. If the players know that every time they go down and they feign injury, they take their time, that the clock is going to get, I promise you, so many things, like players going down, little things like... One thing that I always find crazy, that never gets spoken about, you watch, when a free kick is given outside the box, you wait and see how long it takes until that free kick is taken. It's like the game just stops for minutes because the wall gets done, the referee gets involved, and again, if the clock...
Teams are 8 yards and then they have to go back to 10.
And if the clock just stopped, all these things would be done quicker. So
or would you have games that last 5 hours long?
No, well, but again, my point being would be, if the players know that you cannot time waste and take, then they would just...
They'll just do things quicker.
Yeah, like night game. They the players won't want to be there till 10:30 at night, 11 o'clock at night, will they? So yeah, it's I mean, I want just to finish off on this. I agree. I like variety, and I'm even saying this as a Liverpool fan. Last weekend against Brentford, we struggled with their set pieces. If you're the Brentford manager or the Brentford head coach, why on earth are you not going to play to your strengths? And if you've got a weapon like Coyote who can launch the ball into the box, that man has speed and trajectory. You've got to use that.
Based on what you're saying, Sam, it's like entertainment doesn't pay the bills from a footballing perspective. It doesn't get you 3 points. Like,
does it, mate? Right?
Like if I asked you who's the most entertaining teams in the Premier League, we might say Leeds for value, just for entertainment. Are they necessarily going to stay in the league? Are they going to achieve what they want? I don't know.
You know what? Well, I think Bournemouth are one of my favourite teams.
Exactly.
Yeah. How direct they are, get the ball out wide.
But they're big on shape and set pieces and time wasting everything with Areola as well. When you look at it, so it's here to stay. It's not going nowhere.
So what minute are Arsenal going to? What minute is Calafiori going to give Arsenal the lead from ahead of today?
Hopefully in the first half.
I think it's going to be annoyingly late. Like if it gets to 65 minutes, I'm then going to start hoping and believing that Burnley might snatch a draw, and then you'll be unmarked to the back post, won't he?
At some
Inevitability.
And he'll look great scoring it.
Happened against them lot on the 13th minute, I think, in United first day. So hopefully.
That feels a long time ago, doesn't
It is a long time ago.
so much has changed.
Yeah. Back-to-back wins. True. On the
16-1 for Calafiori to score a header. 16.
Let's go, Calafiori. Come on, Ricky.
By the way, it's not as good a price as you think for a penalty. 13-5 for a penalty in the game. 3-1 for Arsenal to have a penalty. 4-1 for them to score, and 14-1 for Arsenal to miss a penalty.
I'm disappointed.
There we go. We are. By the way, for 48 minutes. I shouldn't give us praise on air. We're having way too many sensible football conversations, aren't we? I mean, like maybe it's Quaker and Abby. Who bring the mood down, lower the tone of conversation when they're
This
in.
is an intellectual discussion this week.
I know, honestly, producer Jamie's fuming. We have got 11 minutes to go until our 3 o'clock games. Really looking forward. It just feels like when you get to November, it almost feels like now it's
proper
like
football.
Proper football's here, isn't it? Yeah. The clocks have gone.
Bit of long ball.
Long
throws.
Lots of long balls.
Couple of tasty challenges.
Oh, there we go. And a Kevin and Cavalier in double. Brighton, Leeds, Burnley, Arsenal, Palace, Brentford, Fulham, Wolves, Forest, Man United are 3 o'clock games today in the Premier League. We're back in a couple of minutes' time on talkSPORT Goals. A very good afternoon. It's Saturday, November the 1st. It's approaching 3 o'clock. It's talkSPORT Goals. We're live on talkSPORT's YouTube channel and also on your smart TVs. Good afternoon. Happy Halloween. Why would I say happy Halloween? Like, do you know what I mean? What, like, just how boring of me and unoriginal of me. It's Sam Ellard, Lee Phelps, CJ the Ludaguna, Scotty Saul. I keep calling you Scotty now, don't I?
You can do it if you want. Yeah.
Scotty Saul with the longer flowing hair with you until around 5:15, 5:20, where today we will be guiding you through all of the action in the Premier League. No 12:30 game once again today. Utter woke nonsense. So we've got 5 games at 3 o'clock today in the Premier League, and there are some juicy games, including Brighton versus Leeds, 13th versus 15th. Leeds are winless in their last 9 away league games against Brighton. Brighton have kept just 1 clean sheet in the last 21 Premier League matches. Such an inconsistent team, but that is surely a stat that has got to change for Brighton and Fabian Hurtzler, and they have to try and find some form to be a little bit more consistent. Burnley versus Leeds, Burnley versus Arsenal. Arsenal, of course, top of the table. Burnley have won just 1 of their 18 Premier League games against Arsenal, and Arsenal have won 23 of their last 24 Premier League games against promoted sides. I think the game I'm most looking forward to today is Palace versus Brentford, 10th versus 11th. Palace have won just 1 of their 8 Premier League games against Brentford since the start of last season. Talking about style of play, Brentford have won 7 Premier League matches in which they also conceded at least twice, 3 more than any other side. They beat Liverpool last time out. The stat about the style of play is Brentford have scored 8 Premier League goals via throw-in since the start of last season. It's 5 more than any other side, which is a big difference. Fulham v Wolves are 17th versus 20th. Fulham have lost each of their last 4 Premier League matches. No current side on a longer losing run at the moment in the Premier League. CJ struggling with the
I'm behaving like Arsene Wenger.
Sorted out before it gets to 3 o'clock.
I shouldn't have went to the toilet. It was all fun.
And Forest versus Manchester United. Forest have won their last 3 league games against Manchester United, but Forest not in good form at the moment, losing 6 of their last 7 Premier League matches, including the last 4 in a row without scoring. 5:30 Spurs, Chelsea, Liverpool, Villa is at 8 o'clock. 3 results in the Championship: Leicester 0, Blackburn 2, Norwich 0, Hull 2, Hull into the playoffs, West Brom 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. The 3 o'clock games in the Championship, some really good games. We've got Birmingham versus Portsmouth, Charlton versus Swansea. Charlton starting the afternoon 6th in the table. Millwall, what a season they're having, 3rd in the table. Oxford versus Millwall. Millwall have won 7 of their opening 12 Championship games this season, the most they've ever won at this stage of a second-tier campaign across club history. QPR versus Ipswich. Sheffield United starting the day just inside the bottom 3 take on Derby. Sheffield United have netted just 9 goals in the Championship this season, the fewest of any side. Southampton versus Preston. Will Southampton just outside the relegation zone, 20th in the table. Preston starting the afternoon just outside the playoffs. Preston have won just 1 of their last 12 away league games, though. If they are to finish in the playoffs, that away form has to improve. Producer Jamie looking a little bit anxious, a little bit nervy. Because it's Stoke v Bristol City today, 5th versus 4th. Both sides starting the afternoon in the playoffs, and a big afternoon possibly for Middlesbrough, because of course last night Coventry losing away to Wrexham, so Middlesbrough can go level on points with Coventry if they can win away at Watford.
Just a little bit of news in on the afternoons. Arsenal feature in a quarter of all accumulators, which is the highest percentage this season of any team in any curriculum. The other 4 favourites, Brighton, Man United, Fulham and Palace, are all around the even money mark. So the traders have just messaged me. They say they want one of those chinned. So if they all come in, I think you're looking at, for that Aka, you're looking at about just under 20 to 1 for those 5. And in terms of goal scorers, Welbeck, Mbeumo and Saka, the standout, most popular 3 all afternoon. Those 3 in a treble is just over 20 to 1 actually for them to score. Welbeck for Brighton, and Mbeumo to score for Man United at Forest, and Saka to score at Burnley. It's not, you wouldn't be surprised, would you?
Yeah, that's good value, to be fair.
Looks decent, that one.
How many people will be working on like a bog standard kind of Saturday afternoon or a day like today, Lee?
Oh yeah, it'll be packed out. Yeah, it's obviously the best day, because everything's going on, and you got so many. I mean, today with accumulators, where you got obviously the FA Cup, so many games in the FA Cup.
Ridiculous,
today.
yeah.
I mean, I know it's not easy because you haven't got the form, but there's a load of games in there.
I don't fancy picking winners in the FA Cup today. I really don't.
Well, that's the thing, is it like
that's what makes it exciting.
But if you know those divisions and you think there's an angle here, that's just trying to get the angle between like a National League team, for instance, and and if you know those divisions, and it's a good way.
There's a lot of value there if you do.
All the people that are working, kind of the traders you call them, they will look at you and go, "I wish I was Lee Phelps right now."
No, probably not. They wouldn't want to do this. They'd hate this.
You hate this?
Really?
No, they'd hate it.
Or they'd hate talking about football and talk sports.
Well, just being actually having to do it. I mean, they'd rather be behind the scenes. A lot of them.
That's a bit boring, isn't it, boys? Get a life.
There'll be a few of them who
there's
definitely
a few of them that were there.
Don't worry about that.
Lee, how's your back go, mate?
Traders tend to be very confident individuals.
Is that right? There we go. Yeah. No one's more confident than Lee Phelps, who's rocking a quite splendid shacket today, by the way.
You said
good on
shacket.
Yeah. I bought 3 new shackets. Okay, so we got the football on the TVs. We've got the quad on the screen there. We've also got the Arsenal game up there, CJ, if you fancy it.
Yeah.
And also on the quad as well. So 5 Premier League games then about to get underway at 3 o'clock. Scott Saunders, what has been the upturn in form? What's been the reason in the upturn in form for Manchester United? Of course, winning 3 games in a row.
A bit of luck, but also I hope things have started to click with the players. Obviously, last time I was here, I think was the Sunderland game, and I was quite surprised by how easy that was for United on the day. It was I think it was a 2-0, right? They had a bit of a scare early on, but got through, and then they just lifted the noise off Ruben Amorim for a little bit, and then Jim Ratcliffe comes out and does his interview where he says, he needs to prove how good he is over 3 years. And I think that really shook everybody up. But maybe it was a message to the players that you can't we're not going to let another manager go, because that's always been...
You lot need to stand up to be counted.
Exactly. You need to stand up to be counted. And Amorim is every single day asking for consistency, asking for effort levels, asking for intensity. And I think we're starting to get a bit of that at United now. Look, as simple as this, the fact that United are scoring first in matches probably really helps a lot for their confidence as well. So, and the big win at Anfield as well. Lucky Gakpo hits the post 3 times. They probably thought, all right, we got away with one there. But at the same time,
you earn your luck,
you earn your luck, right? We deserve to win. Let's take this forward. And the problem that United have always had is that they haven't been able to hold on to any kind of consistency. And now we've had 3 in a row. Brighton was good last week, but they need to back it up again today. And then, look, who knows what happens? Everybody else is inconsistent at the moment. United don't have 10 games less than all these other teams, you know? So it's really up to United. Amorim can prepare for every single game with a full week's preparation. He's got a good squad.
Top 4 shout on.
Yeah, maybe.
He played 1 game a week, man.
Okay.
Backing you lot.
No, I think they should be targeting Champions League. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. And I think you make a good point, to be fair, I think, about there are lots of teams that are really, really inconsistent, aren't they, at the moment? I mean, you mentioned when you look at the league table at the moment, I mean, from second place Bournemouth on 18 points, all the way down to 13th place Brighton, 6 points.
It's too early for conclusions.
Separate almost half the league. So you can have a good 2 weeks and jump all the way up. So
as we've seen over the last few weeks.
Shady. It's true, though. You're right.
Who's that shady at?
No, that just sounded like a bit of a shot at Man United, man.
No, it's not.
No,
I mean, my team have gone down 5 places the last couple of weeks.
They helped us, man. I've got love for United now.
We're down to 7. So here we go then, boys. We're underway then in our 3 o'clock games in the Premier League. Nottingham Forest versus Manchester United is just got underway. Man United once again going with the tried and trusted back 3. No Harry Maguire today. It's Euro Delit Shaw. How good's Delit been this season?
Oh, I love him, man. I love him. He came back from pre-season or into pre-season looking a hell of a lot leaner, and he's not the only one either. Maybe put Casemiro in this box as well. Looks like he's a lot more physically prepared. He did an interview in the week or maybe the week before where he was talking about getting used to the Premier League as well. But I really remember that kid who broke through at Ajax and we were all looking at him in 2018, 2019, and we were thinking, God, this kid is going to be special.
He's going to be one of the best centre-backs in the world.
Yeah, he was. Finally showing his promise. And he's had, obviously, the big moves to Bayern and to Juventus as well. It didn't really go as planned for him. United, I was quite happy when United signed him, but the way he's really growing in terms of leadership, in terms of how commanding he is.
Standing up to be counted, as you mentioned earlier.
I love how he follows, and this is a tactical instruction, obviously, but last week he was following Brighton attackers right into the opposition box. He's got a lot of intensity. I really like his leadership, and I think he's probably best at that place at centre-back, central centre-back. I don't really like when they switch him out of there, but, United need leaders, and I think he's a real prime candidate to be a guy who can step up this season.
Lots has obviously been made in the last decade about Man United's really, really poor recruitment. I'm not just saying this because they have both settled well, but I always thought that Cunha and Mbeumo were going to be really good signings. In particular, Mbeumo, who had consistently been really, really good at Brentford. In particular, last season, where I feel like he took his game to the next level. And I thought Cunha as well had that personality, the swag, the confidence to come to that bigger club and succeed. And I know that maybe Cunha's numbers haven't been as good as Mbeumo's, but I mean, both of them have settled well, and they look like Man United players.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing, United have signed a lot of players for a lot of money over the years, but maybe they haven't done the right character checks. They're might be perhaps not. Look, I think what United have lacked over the last few years is that those players who can come in and carry the weight of the shirt on them and like live up to the hype and the focus and the absolute like granular detail that everybody goes into about Man United. It's
John Francesco! Oh, maybe
should be
have done better. And Wemo does well to get in down the right-hand side. He puts a good ball back into the danger area, comes down the right-hand side. Ahmad feeding on Wemo, who makes a good run. Shesko is in lots and lots of space, pretty much on the penalty spot. Maybe it came to him on the bobble. But yeah, I think you're right, CJ.
Come on.
It is slightly behind.
He's better than that.
Takes the deflection, goes out for a corner.
Deflected out, to be fair. It might have been on target.
We never even mentioned him before the game.
I know.
Did we?
No,
yeah, I like Bruno talking about, and Mbumo. No one mentioned him. It's like he's getting a free
What have you made of the start to the season, Scott? Are you United?
Sesko's.
Yeah, Sesko.
Yeah, I think he'll
come good, man.
I think he will come good. I was very much like I didn't really know the difference in the summer when it was like Arsenal and Gyökeres or Sesko, because I think
we're both linked with the same.
Your first pick of these two, right? Yeah. So they obviously went with Gyökeres, and then that unlocked the door for United to go for Sesko. And I think he's really added an extra dimension to the attack in a sense of like he's getting in the right areas in terms of like getting in the 6-yard box for tap-ins, that kind of thing. But I think the way that he can bring the ball down first touch-wise and bring other players into the game is really important as well for bringing other players into the game and getting United up the pitch. But this is what United have got to be careful on. Like Ahmad's chasing back now to... that's fired back at Lamans, absolutely. But look, I like Sesko.
He did not appreciate that pass, did he?
He didn't at all, but he's boring, he's calm. In his own words, he said, Lamans, that he's quite boring. I love that. Be refreshing. No fuss. I just don't want any fuss.
I like the fact that when I see him in around the training ground, he's just wearing like normal basic clothes. And I'm like, that's my guy. Like, get a white t-shirt on and just chill at training.
I have told you about hanging around at Man United's training ground as well.
Yeah, no, sorry. Honestly, I've got nothing better to do with my time. I just love getting trained up to Carrington and standing outside a training ground of a team that I don't support.
Spying.
Yeah,
spying.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, I'm scout watching. So no goals yet in any of our very early games in the Premier League. We have got
all Brighton against Leeds, by the way.
Is that right? What's happening in that game?
One shot to Brighton so far, I believe, with the shot. But yeah, nothing much happening. It's all Brighton though at the moment.
One goal in the Championship. Ipswich, who have had a slow start to the season under Kieran McKenna, are at QPR today, starting the day 12th in the table. Ipswich are leading at QPR. George Hurst, the goal scorer for Ipswich. A QPR 0, Ipswich 1. Stoke have just taken the lead in the big game in the Championship, 5th versus 4th. Stoke, Bristol City. Stoke 1-0 up. So Ipswich leading at QPR. Stoke beating Bristol City in the Championship. We'll keep you across all of the goals as they go in. And also, Lee, a corner for Wolves. Wolves have started really well at Craven Cottage.
Yeah, they have, haven't they? Yeah, I mean, this is a huge game, isn't it?
Both sides, yeah.
Big 6-pointer, and obviously Fulham. If Fulham don't win this, they'll be really disappointed. Obviously, both teams will be going for the win. Yeah, fascinating. A really good start. I mean, I was listening to is it Dazzling Dave, our Wolves correspondent? I think we talked about this. Called
Dave Rowe?
I think online he's called Dazzling Dave, which I think is a fantastic nickname. But he was saying we start well. We always start well. We just can't do a full 90 minutes. Yeah. So it's like, this is nothing new, is it? Wolves starting really well. It's Fulham who actually come on strong. So wouldn't be surprised if Wolves do get the nose in front and Fulham come back to win this, maybe 2-1. But yeah, it's a good start from them so far.
CJ, how have Arsenal started at Burnley?
I think to be fair, I think there's nothing to really report on. I think it's been quite slow and kind of pedestrian, if I'm honest. It's to be expected. Scott Parker is a very good manager. They're going to be solid defensively. Actually seen a bit more about Burnley than us. Like, we're still getting into the groove of things, but nothing of note if you're listening, to be fair.
Hopefully people are listening and watching.
Yeah, that would be a problem if they wasn't. Yeah. They definitely are.
First half chance for Nottingham Forest. The ball comes into Igor Jesus in the box, lets the ball just run across him, and as he gets his shot away, really good defending from Luke Shaw, who puts the block in, and Nottingham Forest have got their first corner. 6.5 minutes gone. They're going to work it short. Ball whips in, back post, Milenkovic gets there, and the header just goes over. Palace have got a free kick against Brentford that gets worked to the back post. Gakey wins the header, ball goes back across goal. Brentford managed to clear, but Scott, half a chance there for Forest. Douglas Luiz whipping the ball in, and Milenkovic, the big centre back, got up above everybody at the back post, just couldn't keep his header down.
Yeah, it's just pulling on Diogo Dalot at the back post, which is like, if United need to be very wary of that. Obviously they've got a more commanding presence in goal. Hopefully now with Lamans coming in, I feel a lot more confident with him in there anyway. But obviously Forest have like Milenkovic especially, a big old
unit,
big old boy. So United have to be wary of that. United had
a good shot there from Dan Ndoye, cutting on his left foot from the right-hand side, unleashed a shot from about 30 yards out, moved in the air, and Lamon Scott pushes the ball over the bar. Happy how he dealt with that?
Well, yeah. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt at the moment. He's
very
had
safe.
a very, very good impression to start with, although he's not been super spectacular. Could maybe have done better with the Brighton free kick last week. But as long as you get that,
right?
Yeah, he's still only 23 years old. We need to see more consistency from it's a corner to Forest now. We need to see consistency and him being commanding in this kind of area from set pieces and just settling everybody down for United. United had a good first 5 minutes or so. Forest to come back into it a little bit from here and pretty much on top at the moment. United need to get this away.
Started decent in that game.
Yeah.
Nico Williams whips the ball in from the right-hand side, but Lenny Euro does really well to clear. So still waiting then for our first goal up and down the country in the Premier League. A couple of goals in the Championship. Ipswich leading QPR by a goal 2-0, and Stoke leading Bristol City by a goal 2-0 as well. In terms of Arsenal, CJ, I guess the way the first 7 minutes has gone is pretty predictable. It looks like it's going to be a Burnley team. They're going to want to sit pretty deep and Arsenal
try not to give anything away.
Yeah,
that's exactly what you said there, Sam. They're going to sit in deep. They're going to try and hit us on the break. A goal would help them. I am quite cautious as to what Flem is going to do. As you can see, Walker's just been fouled by Calafiori. But yeah, it's just what we expected. We're probably the most boring game of what we're watching so far.
Yeah, he took his goal, by the way, last week, didn't he, Fleming, Scott? That first time finish away at Wolves was some finish, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Brighton versus Leeds. Jacob Minter's got the ball on the right-hand side, going to work it back in field. Maybe here, these feel like the big moments of Burnley. There's a free kick a long way out on the right-hand side, 30, 40 yards out. But these moments where Kyle Walker's going to launch the ball in the box, these are the ones. That's a really, really poor ball. Declan Rice Fulham are in, 1-on-1, and Fulham do take the lead.
Fulham have bagged.
Against Wolves.
Is it Kevin?
Sessegnon. It's not Kevin. So Lee,
he's having a very good season.
Lee doesn't care. He points to the badge, and that is the perfect start for a Fulham team who start the afternoon 17th in the table, just outside the relegation zone. Ryan Sessegnon played through on goal, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. He keeps his composure. Johnson got something on it, Lee, but that really is the perfect start for Fulham, just to calm some nerves. Sessegnon, the goal scorer, 9 gone. Fulham 1, Wolves 0.
Yeah, and those travelling Wolves fans will be absolutely gutted with that, won't they? Because I know a few Wolves fans, and they're
in trouble, man.
Yeah, it's just it's poor, isn't it?
Big trouble.
Even the keeper.
But look how he's. Bassi tries to play a long ball forward. Yeah. A Wolves defender tries to make a challenge. Yeah. He makes the challenge, but it falls straight into the path of a Fulham player who plays a through ball to Sessegnon. And to be fair, I think the goalkeeper, Sam Johnson, might be a little bit disappointed.
It's poor from everyone there.
Hand on it. Brighton.
Oh, Brighton should do better there. That's a Yari who has the ball just outside the box. He comes in towards goal. And just outside the box from the right-hand side, his shot is easily saved by the Leeds goalkeeper. So Fulham 1, Leeds 0. Ryan Sessegnon, the goal scorer. All the other games in the Premier League are goalless, as Arsenal dominating possession deep inside Burnley's half. Declan Rice has got the ball, going to work it out to Calafiori. It's Trossard on the left-hand side. He comes back inside for Gabriel. This league feels like it's going to be a long 90 minutes of Burnley. Yeah. But then again, apart from that, the 96th minute handball on Mo Salah, when an informed Liverpool team at the time went to Burnley, they sat deep, and it worked for them, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that they're well capable. They did that a lot last season, didn't they? They had the confidence just to sit in, and they knew that they would score against teams in the Championship. Obviously, this is like a different stratosphere playing Arsenal. But if they can get to half-time, and they're giving the ball away in midfield there, and Arsenal going to attack. But if Burnley play in this way, it's going to make Arsenal try and break them down. Arsenal aren't in any hurry. They'll just take their time. It'll be one of those, you can see it getting to half-time 0-0. 60 minutes comes, suddenly Arsenal start to kind of really pass it. Burnley get through that bit after half-time when they feel like they've got a chance, and you can just see Arsenal picking them up.
They start to get a bit leggy.
For me, it's how adventurous Burnley
There we go.
So how adventurous Burnley are. Again, when we watched them against City, it was 1-1. They were playing well. We were really complimentary, and then they started to get picked off, and they lost 5-1. So that memory probably is in their minds. Just get a point. If they can get a point out of this game, that is huge for Burnley.
They're trying to box smart.
Surely that's all they need to do, is just keep it tight.
We're going to have a delay in the Nottingham Forest Man United game because Douglas Luiz has gone down for Forest, which looks like a muscle injury. And a couple of goals in the Championship. Millwall, third place Millwall, leading away at
Brighton.
Oxford.
Who scored there?
It didn't take him too long.
Was it
but
Danny?
in the 11th minute, and Brighton take the lead against Leeds. And do I even need to tell you who the goal scorer is? That guy, Danny Welbeck, once again in and amongst the goals. His remarkable season continues. Welbeck scores. Brighton 1, Leeds 0. Should we get the plane ticket ready?
Yeah, man. He has to be on the plane. He has to.
Amazing. Just an amazing season for him. You know, we said that he was one of the most backed players this afternoon.
Scoring every week.
Yeah, they work it really, really well. Minter's role in the goal is really,
the marking
really important.
But you look at that ball in for Welbeck and the way he dealt with it, and you think about, compare that to how Šeško didn't deal with that similar kind of chance where he just confidence going onto it. I'm not criticising Šeško. I'm just saying that's the difference.
That's the value of experience.
Confident.
Minter gets the ball on the right hand side, cuts in field, plays a lovely dink ball over for
a typical
Viva,
Brighton move.
and as he whips the ball back into the area, and Danny Welbeck has got himself into a good position. He's only a couple of yards out, but Lee, the point you make is great. The composure's there, but he's a player banging form. Danny Welbeck in the goals once again. Brighton 1, Leeds 0. I mean, Scott, is there an argument to be had with Ollie Watkins not in the best of form? Is Danny Welbeck England's second best striker right now behind Harry Kane? You could argue he is.
1,000,000%. Who else is there?
I think so, honestly. Like, Ollie Watkins hadn't had a super start to the season, but like Welbeck is just... How was he? Old, 34, 35 now. He's had all that wealth of experience with the Premier League years. I think he's a different type of striker to a lot of other options as well. Very, very smart guy. Like there, just now, and knowing exactly where to be to tap it in. Maybe a different option. I think maybe it depends what England want to do. Like maybe you do need that direct threat in behind from maybe another player that he doesn't offer. But in terms of experience and getting goals, look, Danny Welbeck's been doing it for a long, long time.
And know-how of tournaments as well. He's been called up before as well.
Massive.
Yeah, we're back underway. The Nottingham Forest Man United game. Forest got the ball on the left-hand side. Hudson-Odoi comes in, shoots. It goes over. Arsenal have got set.
Let's go. Yes, come on, yes! Yes! Gyökeres!
6 yards.
Quakey, where are you? Oh, yes. You know what? You got him in your FPL side. You was right, Sam. You was right.
14 minutes in. Burnley 0, Arsenal 1. It comes from a set piece. And it's going to be a popular goal scorer among Arsenal fans because it's the big centre forward, Victor Gyökeres, who scores. Declan Rice whips the ball in from the left-hand side. It goes towards the back post. It's headed back into the danger area. And Victor Gyökeres gets himself in a really, really good position. He's a couple of yards out. He cannot miss. But CJ, as you'd want from your centre forward, he's in the right place at the right time.
Just as we was talking about with Danny Welbeck, you want him to just be in the right place at the right time. Yeah. And he's headed home and he's put us a goal in front, and that's going to help us because at some point Burnley are going to have to be dynamic and gamble a bit. In the preview, I said I wanted an early goal for this very reason, and I said we might score in the 13th minute. I was just off by a minute. Happy for Gyökeres, he needs that confidence.
It's once again that swinging ball in from the right-hand side. Whipped in with pace, hard to defend.
Teams can't defend our second ball.
How do you deal with
Arsenal?
It's the second ball. They can't stop it.
Or do you just need the goalkeeper to be brave and have to try and come and punch through everything?
Yeah.
It's over the keeper and it's past the goal.
You got to focus on where the ball's landing because it's headed back across. Like
I think you just have to have big lumps who can header the ball out again. Go back to
I think it was Gabriel who almost just got something on
monster.
How important is that goal for Gyökeres, CJ?
Yeah, I mean, it's always great when you see your strikers score, and there's been a lot of talk about with him, and at very minimum, people said he's a flat track bully. This is what we need you to do. As many goals as you can get, the more confidence is going to be injected into you, and we need our forward to do that. And at least for now, he won't be a talking point in the tabloids. So I need him to keep scoring.
Good for you, Sam.
Yeah, good for you as well. No, good for you because you bigged him up. You said he was going to bag.
Yeah.
You were backing him last week.
It's the flattest of flat tracks.
Yeah. You said
Wolves, it might be a slightly flatter track.
Yeah, possibly.
And West Ham as well.
I mean, I'm happy because he's my fantasy captain.
But not what you want
not
in
so
terms
much
of your club allegiance.
That's my priority.
You're conflicted. You're conflicted.
Season.
So here we are. Going back to that set piece conversation again, though, as well. That he scores a header. It's like again. It's that thing. It's like it would have. It's either a header or a 6-yard box goal, isn't it? Yeah. So it's like rather than backing players to score for Arsenal, do you start then going?
You were saying
I'll back them to score in the 6-yard box or score a header. It's interesting, isn't it? Just kind of like once you get into the detail of it and you see the stats. I mean, that's come off. So it doesn't always happen like that, obviously. But obviously it was a bigger price to
2 for
score.
4.
I think he was 4-1 to score a header, and he was 11-10 to score any time. So it shows you the difference.
It's lots of goals then early on in the Premier League. 16 minutes gone. Brighton leading Leeds by 1-0. Danny Welbeck once again in the goals for Brighton. Burnley 0, Arsenal 1. Burnley haven't scored more than one in any of their 18 Premier League games against Arsenal, just 9 in total. Goodness me, that's an awful record. It's still goals between Palace and Brentford, having been winless in their first 6 Premier League meetings with the Palace. Brentford achieved the league double over the Eagles last season. Fulham leading Wolves by 1-0 thanks to Ryan Sessegnon's early strike. Wolves were the only side yet to win in the Premier League this season. Still goals between Nottingham Forest and Manchester United. Man United have lost their last 2 away league games against Nottingham Forest, but of course have won 4 in a row in the league. Spurs, Chelsea, Liverpool, Aston Villa is to come later on in the Premier League. Hearts, by the way, top of the William Hill Scottish Premiership. Goalless at the moment against Dundee. Of course, Celtic and Rangers play each other tomorrow, don't they, in the Cup semi-final. Yeah. They're not in action today. Latest scores in the Championship at 3 o'clock. Wins earlier on for Blackburn and Hull. West Brom Sheffield Wednesday was goalless. Birmingham taking the lead at home to Portsmouth. So Birmingham 1, Portsmouth 0 after losing to Coventry and Stoke in their last 2 matches. Portsmouth looking to avoid 3 league losses in a row for the first time since 2024. Charlton 0, Swansea 0, Millwall 3rd place. Millwall leading 1-0 away at Oxford. Ipswich 1 up at QPR. Goals between Sheffield United and Derby. Southampton 0, Preston 0. Stoke leading Bristol City by a goal. Those 2 sides starting the day in the playoff places. Coventry first, losing last night. Middlesbrough second, losing away at Watford. Watford 1, Middlesbrough 0. 18 minutes gone, Forest 0, Man United 0. Scott, how have United started?
I think they've been okay. Forest are giving them a bit of a difficult time at times. Ryan Yates has come on for Douglas Luiz, I think, has gone off with a hamstring injury. And one of the first things I saw him do was clatter into Mateus Cunha and try and, I don't know, maybe give him a dead leg or something like that. But Cunha got up and shook it off. Look, United, I think Sesko had a snapshot from just outside the box, which went decently wide in the end. But I think this game is quite physical in a sense. Both teams giving it pretty good. But I'm optimistic United can... They look all right in attack. They look like they're stitching things together. They're making progress up the pitch. And look, we'll see how it goes. I think first goal is going to be big in this.
Got another set piece. Let's go, boys.
Another set piece for Arsenal. 18 minutes gone. Burnley 0, Arsenal 1. It's going to be from the left-hand side. It's going to be, of course, the Declan Rice in.
Declan Beckham, let's go.
Here we go.
FIFA move.
Let's go. Second ball, deliver. We're better than that.
Whose head did that come off? I thought it came off a Burnley head. The Arsenal players thought it came off a Burnley head, but it's going to be given as a goal
I guess we'll never know.
kick. I guess so Burnley 0, Arsenal 1. I mean, is it quite a fluent front three for Manchester United, Scott? Is it? I mean, Mbeumo, Cunha, and Fernandes all kind of moving around, being quite fluent.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think Sesko is the guy that is, knitting it together. But there's a lot of movement. Like Cunha's dropping quite deep to pick up the ball and dribbling through. We know that his running power is really good. His dribbling ability is really good. But Mbeumo's that's a ball.
And there's the touch from Sesko.
That was a ball.
Ryan Mbeumo has the ball on the left-hand side, and your boys are absolutely spot on. He plays a glorious ball up the pitch.
Ridiculous.
Sheshko makes a good run, peeling off Murillo.
It's just that touch.
But the touch is really poor. Yeah. And if he's in form, he takes that touch.
I think he's anticipating the defender to get a touch there.
That's a poor bit of centre-forward play, isn't it?
He's better than that. That's the second one.
He's got to be better than that there. He let the ball go away from him and the goalkeeper's picked it up. But Mbeumo, the difference in attacking quality that I had to watch last season versus what I'm watching this season is night and day. And look, I think that has really levelled up United. Who I'm watching now, Cunha on the screen, he's levelled up. But I've been so impressed by Mbeumo so far. He's got it all.
And the midfield, Casemiro was somebody that came in for a lot of criticism, didn't he, kind of earlier on in the season?
Looks a different player.
He looks like now he's been one of your best and most consistent players, right?
He came off last week on the hour mark and Kobbie Mainoo came on. And
that's where
it looked like they fell apart. It looked like they fell apart. Just his experience. I think there was a stat they've conceded 3 goals this season with him on the pitch, or from a certain point in the season. It's just night and day again with him when he's on the pitch, and the fact that I think you really got to put some respect on his name. The way that he's a legend. For one, he's a legend, very, very decorated, but he was finished for a while, and we were all looking at him and thinking the same. But again, like De Ligt earlier, he came back He came back and looks a lot slimmer, looks like a lot fitter, and he's making a big difference to the team as well in terms of his leadership. He was out under Toby Collier was ahead of him in the pecking order, Ruben Amorim said.
Oh, come on, finish. You have to pull the trigger.
Calafiori!
Too many touches.
Oh,
That's
Calafiori
right, you
got
got a
played.
corner.
You know what? You're right.
Calafiori found himself in a really good area inside the box. He was played in by Trossard. His first touch.
all
was
been down
good.
our left.
He got the shot away, and then as he got his shot away, he took a deflection, and Dubravka tipped it over the bar. QPR have equalised at home to Ipswich. Barella scored. QPR 1, Ipswich 1. But CJ, I'll let you do the honour. After 21 minutes, it's another Arsenal corner. As possibly Morgan Gibbs White got played down the left-hand side for Nottingham. It looks one open game.
Yes,
Forest
it
has
looks
been
good.
very positive.
No goals, but open game.
Yeah. It's a good game. Forest giving...
Oh, that's a ball. That's a ball.
United having to deal with a lot of pressure. Crosses coming in.
Forest have
Dealing
been on
all
the
right
front
so
foot as
far.
well. There we go. There we go. Oh, it's an important touch by their goalie. Come on, someone smash it. Okay, maybe not you again. Who is that?
That might have been, I think that was Saka, wasn't it?
I'm going to say it's Magalhaes. I'd like to believe that
thought it
wasn't
was Saka.
Saka.
You might be right.
You might be right, which is
Gabriel's
scary.
not going to be that far outside the box for a set piece.
Yeah.
Gabriel wouldn't be on
It
the edge
might
of the
be.
box.
Was that Saks?
That ball.
It was Saka.
I think it was,
That's
yeah.
Saka, isn't it? Yeah. By the way, that ball in from Stoke 2 up home to Bristol City. Mubama's got a second of the afternoon. Stoke 2, Bristol City 0. That corner in from... I thought that corner was whipped in with so much whip. And so I thought it was going to go in.
The Bradkes was strong
the
there.
goalkeeper.
Credit to Dubravka. He's been strong in a couple of these corners, really. He's unfortunate, well, not from my perspective, to concede, but he knew coming into this, you're going to have to be brave. You said that at the beginning, Saka could be in here. Come on.
Saka's in.
It's about to be 2.
Saka's in.
Hey,
1-1
lovely.
goalkeeper.
Saka, come on, bro. What's going on?
Really poor finish. Saka got played in. 1-1 with the goalkeeper.
Sacks.
Not like him, is it?
That's a weak finish, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it's a terrible finish from
I thought
someone
it
of
was
Macau.
just a dink- I thought it'd be that little
Yeah.
dink over. Like,
Just wasn't
He's
hearing
going to put it in the back of the
wasn't
net.
hearing much pace or power. And
The man you wanted to fall to. He has to score today after that.
Yeah, the goalkeeper makes quite a simple save in the end. But he just lacked any sort of composure there, didn't he, really, Bukayo
It's
Saka?
poor finish there from Saka. And you know what? You have been doing all right, but I need numbers. I need numbers from all of my attackers. And Gyökeres is one. We need our players to go through some purple patches. That's the one criticism I would say of Arsenal so far this season. For whatever reason, we're not quite firing in attack.
Yeah, and this is the sort of game, isn't it, CJ, where you kind of want to just score that second and
Confidence
third goal
boost,
nice and
man. Yeah,
early.
man.
And then you can almost maybe make some changes second half, not have to worry about it. The Palace game last week felt comfortable.
Exactly.
But you only have that one goal lead, didn't you?
We want to get some more, man. Again, it's a condensed and congested fixture calendar list. Like, we're playing on Tuesday. The quicker we win, the quicker we can take off key players and actually focus on the Champions League midweek. And what will be a different game also away from home next week against Sunderland, which is going to be a serious game for
Do you
us.
only play promoted teams, CJ?
I wish we could. In fact, we play anyone, man. Anyone that gives us corners.
It's me. Burnley, Sunderland. Who have you got next week? Millwall, Ipswich.
Scared. To be fair, after the international break, we've got North London Derby, Chelsea, Bayern. We've got quite the fixture.
You are playing some good teams.
Yeah. That was coming up. We played you lot away from home. We played City.
Yeah.
We played all our bogey teams recently, to be fair.
Everyone's a bogey team if you're Sheffield United at the moment. Sheffield United 0, Derby 1. Derby have won their last 2 championship games, last winning 3 consecutive second-tier matches to 0 in January 2021 under Wayne Rooney. Stoke are 3-0 up at home to Bristol City in the Championship. Mubama got the first 2. Did he get the?
They won't be the 4th favourites for promotion after this. I don't think.
honestly,
Nice to say.
He's calling for the gaffer to be sacked already. That is unbelievable. I joke. That is not true.
Fickle.
Mubama's been in amazing form for Stoke this season. I wonder if he's got that hat-trick goal. I'm not getting anything back from producer Jamie on that. No advice and feedback and help on
doesn't care
that
anymore.
one. He doesn't seem to care, does he, too much? So latest scores then in the Premier League: Burnley 0, Arsenal 1, Brighton 1, Leeds 0, Fulham 1, Wolves 0, Palace 0, Brentford 0, Forest 0, Man United 0. Lee Phelps.
Yeah, just on the Brighton Leeds game, momentum has switched to Leeds quite a lot. Nothing to show for it, to be honest with you. Danny Welbeck, by the way, 3-1 to 7-2 now, actually, to score 2 or more in that game. Just looking at his stats this season, 6 goals he scored from 13 shots, 7 of which have been on target. So 6 goals from 7 shots on target.
That is
brilliant.
That's remarkable, isn't it?
That's
clinical.
Kind of stats
In
you
terms
want,
of composure.
So if he gets a chance, chances are he's going. 1 in 2 are going to be on target.
I'll tell you what we should do.
Forest are in behind here.
Poor.
That's a really poor ball. Yeah, the right back got playing down the right hand side.
Gotta do better.
Just needed a bit of better composure.
That's happened with both teams in this game.
Should we have a little look at our bet builder? Because I don't think our bet builder is going too well at the moment in the Nottingham Forest Man United game. Buemo to score, not yet.
Nope.
Casemiro yellow, not yet. Bruno to score, not yet. Both teams to score, not yet. But Lee Phelps, long way to go, right?
Yeah. Cash out is 30p at the minute from the.
It's a pretty
from
open
the mythical
game, though.
pound.
Like, but both teams do look like quite threatening. It looks like both teams
It's an open
have
game.
got enough about them today.
And interesting as well that there's been a change of wing backs, hasn't it? I always thought Ahmad felt like a good wing back option in this United team. I always thought that if it was Dallo, Mazraoui, Dorgu. In this system, clearly the wing back is such an important role to play in terms
creative
of
outlet.
but no, it feels like none of them were any good going forward. And I just thought Ahmad, now that he's fit, feels like a good wing back option because he has got that quality in the final
used
third.
to use at his old clubs. He used to use like wingers as the wing backs. So it's a difference in mentality and like technical quality as well. And obviously we know that Ahmad's got that kind of technical quality. And it adds a different direction or dimension to what United are doing. The right side for years and years has been barren for United, but now they've sorted Mbeumo in there. Ahmad's in there as well. He does a lot of work going backwards, in credit to him as well.
He puts a shift in.
And now Mbeumo and him have switched around a little bit. So I think the fact that you saw them celebrating last week together, there's a bit of a friendship developing there as well. And look, I think it's squad building, right? You can't really drop Ahmad at the moment. I think he really adds a different dimension. But I completely agree with you, Sam. If they're playing like defensive minded players, fullbacks in at wing back, it takes away from United completely.
I think we've just seen the most cynical foul of the afternoon. Cullen, I think he hacked down, was it Saka?
Yeah.
Oh, Eze, sorry. Arsenal played some really lovely football. And
That's one way to stop Eze.
Yeah, I think that was one of those where he took one for the team, should we say.
Yeah.
He stopped the dangerous counter-attack there. So we are still awaiting our first goal. And I agree with you, Scott. I think this Forest United game, no goals yet, been really, really open. Both teams being very, very attacking. That's lovely football there.
United getting some great pockets.
In a really good place. Chance it now for United.
You have to smash that. Smash that. There you have it. Ooh.
Good save by the goalkeeper. Sells, gets across, punches the ball away. Now Cunha's got the ball left-hand side, just inside the box. He's got Dallo infield. It's out to Casemiro. And that's a really, really poor ball from Casemiro, but it takes a deflection and it goes to Ahmad, and the flag is going to go
man
up
in those
anyway. But yeah, that was a good effort though. That's what we're talking about, isn't that quality? Gets that ball on the right hand side, has the ability to cut in on his left foot, gets a shot away, and is pushed away. Lee Phelps, what's catching your eye at the moment?
Yeah, I was just looking at that Burnley Arsenal game and just wondering if we've got any more goals in this first half. It's just.
Nah.
Arsenal are just in no hurry, are they?
Nah.
They're in no hurry.
They're in the driving seat.
But when they get close, you think they've got such quality about them that the goal can come from anywhere. It's hard to predict it because they're not exactly pouring forward, but you know when they get there.
Need Saka to get shooting boots on.
The guys were talking earlier on before the game on talkSPORT around Arsenal have had 9 yellow cards this season, haven't they?
Yeah.
So which is a remarkably few yellow cards.
One a game on average, isn't it?
And
they always say we have a discipline problem, so everything's changing. The stars are relying.
Manchester United the same, although they've had a red as well. But you put that in context, with like the likes of Chelsea and
Well, no one's got a worse record than them, do they? I mean, goodness me, it's almost becoming a joke
before we talk about reds.
Yeah, that game later on, by the way. I mean. That is just like for cards. That looks. I think 18 yellows. I think 15 for Spurs.
I think they should. 100%. I think they should give João Pellegrini and Caicedo a yellow card before the game even starts. It will just save time, won't it? After 60
and
minutes.
And if João Pedro's
when they both get given yellow cards for hacking another player down.
That game's got handbags written all over it.
Oh, of course it does. I mean that
and we love it.
It's a class game.
I would say here's my hot take for you. I think that's been the best game of football we've seen consistently in the Premier League over the last decade in terms of drama, in terms of like rivalry, drama.
I'd say North London derby, man. I'd say North London derby. I think
Tottenham Arsenal
feels like Spurs Chelsea always seem to deliver.
Yeah, because of the handbags though and the drama around it.
That's part of it.
Yeah,
that's part of the.
No, do you know what? It's up there.
That's part of it, isn't it?
The only other thing was in the Crystal Palace Brentford game.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of that
pretty
game.
level. Mateta's just had a shot on target. Obviously, he's one of the most informed strikers in the Premier League at the moment. So it's mainly been Palace. A little bit of momentum switch for Brentford.
Okay,
but it's all been Palace recently. And Mateta, if you're looking at goal scorers, him to score the first goal is 6-1.
6-1 for him to score the first goal as Arsenal are just almost toying with Burnley at the moment. Burnley with 11 behind the ball. Arsenal almost just waiting to play that pass to break them down. Yep. Saka's got the ball on the right-hand side.
You see a bit more from Saka today, man. Like our right-hand side is a bit, I wouldn't say non-existent, but I just think Trossard and Calafiori have really started well. It seems like it's coming off of that side.
You're obviously really happy with winning, and you don't really want to believe too much. But do you want to see just a little bit more in terms of output in open play from us?
There's been a goal,
and there he has scored right on.
All the strikers are turning up today.
Half an hour gone. Danny Welbeck in form scoring. Jean-Philippe Mateta in form scoring, and Crystal Palace without a win in the league in 3 games, we're taking the lead against Brentford. Jean-Philippe Mateta the goal scorer, Palace 1, Brentford 0. And I tell you what, boys, when we're talking about conversations or players, the best strikers in form at the moment, Mateta's got to be up there. It's a lot. It's a
very good header.
Set piece goal
It's
as well.
a long diagonal ball into the box.
Very good header.
I think Lerma wins the header back into the box. And Mateta,
That's a serious
he's got to be
header.
about 10 yards out. Great power.
Just kissed it with the top of his head.
To power the ball into the far corner.
That's what you get.
That's a
with
wonderful header.
That's what you get with set piece football. You get those kind of goals, and it's so rare that you see kind of like there's more and more headers in the game.
Exactly.
It's a great skill that you kind of. It's almost like that feels like an old fashioned goal in a sense.
Football used to be.
The way you use your neck and like Ruud Gullit style.
Long ball, win it. Second, but then it's about second balls. That's a
great goal.
Also, I think we shouldn't downplay the quality of the header as well, because when it comes into him, about 10 yards out, and he's almost got swivel heading.
Way more difficult than it looks.
Really good. Like the Gyökeres one was being in the right place.
No, that's the best header of the day.
But that's an outstanding.
That's a very good finish.
And, I tell you what.
We're in again. Trossard hit it.
Off the line.
Ref, VAR, I think it went in. I'm shameless.
That was shameless. Trossard has a
You
shot
don't know what you call it.
from inside the box on the left-hand side. And Burnley get the bodies back on the line. And he gets cleared off the line. It's still Burnley.
We should have a
Arsenal
second.
1. But goodness me, CJ, this second goal is coming.
It has to be coming. Saka's gone close. Trossard's gone close. It's a matter of time. Do you know what? We might get another one before the end of the first half, man. I'm starting to believe it now.
Yeah, it's Eze who finds space. He plays a really good through ball to Victor Gyökeres, who then plays it into Saka. Saka's shot is really well saved by the goalkeeper. It then comes to Trossard inside the box. His shot is cleared off the line by a Burnley player. Watford have doubled their lead at home to Middlesbrough. Watford 2, Middlesbrough 0. So Watford 2 up there. Coventry top of the table, losing last night. Middlesbrough second in the table, losing today. So it could be a really good day for Millwall, because Millwall started the day third in the table, and they are winning away at Oxford. They closed the gap on Borough to 2 points to 5 points behind Coventry in that game. Is my league table updated there on my laptop? I don't know if it has. Maybe it hasn't. We'll bring you that goals very, very shortly.
Get in!
Was that Sesko?
Casemiro.
Fair play. Fair play.
Set piece goal, another one. Unbelievable. Brilliant corner. I think it's Bruno Fernandes who took the corner. And it's just the first time header. No flick backs this time. Just Casemiro finding himself meeting the ball first. It's a relatively simple header from where he gets it from. I think it's in the 6-yard box or so. And he's not picked up a booking yet. He has picked up a goal, so I'm happy with that.
There's a bit of controversy around this, isn't there? Because Forest were claiming that the ball hadn't gone out of play. I think it was Yates himself who maybe just kind of didn't quite keep it.
You see that last week with Bournemouth?
That's gone out.
That's gone out.
I think so as well.
I'm happy to say that.
We saw that with Bournemouth last.
Daesh might be picking up another yellow. He got a yellow in was it in the week or in the first game? He might be getting another one because he is raging on the sideline. Daesh, but yeah.
And then
good header.
And then Bruno Fernandes whips in a really good ball. Another set piece goal.
It's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
The Arsenal goals from a set piece. The United goals from a set piece. The Palace goals from a set piece. So 3 goals already today from set pieces. And Casemiro, he just gets his head on it first. Sean Dyche, did you think that ball was out? I thought it was out.
I thought it was. I can see the contention. We've had these before, but you look at it, and I was very much calling for that ball being out when I was watching it live. So I think it's. I'm not gonna say
Dyche could be just as equally upset with his defenders as the referee's decision. By the way,
Lee, a chance there for Danny Welbeck. His first goal was a tap, well, not tap in, but a goal from close range. This time Welbeck is absolutely tipping it down in Brighton. By the way, has the ball just outside the box. His first 2 touches are really good. Gets the ball out.
He's so unlucky.
Tries to whip it across the goalkeeper, and it just goes wide. It's a busy Saturday afternoon of football. We absolutely love it. Is there a chance here for Burnley? Talking about set pieces, it's going to be a long throw into the box from the left-hand side. It's launched in with pace. And Gabriel.
That's food and drink for us.
Header, and I think you're absolutely spot on, CJ. That was. And now, can there be a counter-attack?
Gyökeres, look up.
Eze, oh, goodness me.
Right idea, wrong
He tried
man.
to play it to Eze. Yeah. He overhit it, but it's got to Trossard on the left-hand side. Gets the ball and whips it into right.
There we have it. Yes! Brilliant stuff. Declan. Oh, I told you there'd be another goal for the end of the half. Game, set, match. 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline, but not for my football club. Burnley, thank you for having us.
When you can see the 3 goals in all competitions all season, I'm not sure 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline. So it came from that Gyökeres break. I thought he tried to play in Eze. He overhit it, or maybe tried to pick out Trossard.
Nah, he tried to fight Trossard.
If I had to find Trossard, there we go. Fair enough. You know him better than I do. And then Trossard, that also, by the way, it comes from the Burnley throw, so the counter-attack from Arsenal is really, really impressive. Trossard does really, really well to keep his composure. Declan Rice makes a good run, and the header CJ as well from Declan Rice is a good one.
A very good header. It's a very good sweeping move, and this is why when we was having that conversation about football being boring and systemicness, this is why teams want to be well structured. What a header! Another good header up there with Mateus.
Yeah,
credit to Trossard as well for the delivery.
I think the ball was intentional as well to Trossard.
Yeah, maybe it was. Maybe I was being a bit harsh there on Gyökeres. But also, how good is it seeing Declan Rice making those late runs? That goal reminds me of a vintage Frank Lampard goal, where he makes those late runs into the box. Powerful header, accurate header. That's a great goal on the counter.
It's a very great goal. It's a very good goal on the counter-attack. Give us an inch to take a yard. What's happened here?
Oh, no.
Well, it goes from bad to worse for Wolves.
Yeah.
Wolves are bottom, yet to win.
When it rains, it pours, man.
Well, they're one down at Fulham, and they're going to go down to 10 men. Agbadou has been shown a red card at Craven Cottage. And this, Lee Phelps, is not good news for Wolves. He's not going anywhere, is he, anytime soon?
Fantastic hair, but he's got a red card, unfortunately.
I can't imagine you with that bonnet, mate.
No, I couldn't rock that.
No, you couldn't. Let's have a look at this replay here and see if it's a red card. A long ball gets played forward. And
really? We need to see a different angle with that.
Are they saying it's goal scoring opportunity?
Yeah,
I think so.
The game's gone.
A Fulham player nudges it past him.
Probably
and
is
he
a goal
takes out the Fulham player, so he's been sent off for being. Is that Josh King who gets the ball? Also, possibly Josh King controls it with his arm. That looks maybe
so that might save him.
That looks maybe more shoulder to me. Then also, as Agbadou takes him out, is he denying a clear and obvious goal scoring opportunity?
He'll end up getting done for diving here. Off the back of this, Josh King.
That is Josh King, isn't it? I think that's Josh King, isn't it? Our screen's gone a bit.
It might be a handball, you know.
Yeah, that is Josh King. I think he might. Does he take that down with his shoulder? Would you say?
Oh, Saka hit it. As a shoot, hit it. Come on, boys.
So checking red card, denial of a goal scoring opportunity. First, they're checking whether Josh King controls this with his arm or kind of almost the top of his chest. Possibly, Lee, that angle there, is it maybe the top of his left arm?
Yeah, it looks like it from the angle the second angle they showed us there. It looked like it just touched the top of his arm rather than his shoulder. But
yeah, that's confirmation.
I think it's
confirmation.
Agbadou, so it's not a handball. And then the second part of it would have been whether it was denying a clear goal scoring opportunity. I don't know.
Title race is on, man. United are in the title race.
As it stands, Man United are second in the Premier League table.
They're above Bournemouth.
Man United. Sorry. Do you want to look into that camera there? And do you want to deliver on November the 1st where Man United are on the table?
Manchester United are second in the Premier League table. We were talking about sacking Ruben Amorim like literally 3 weeks ago.
Trust the process.
Fantastic. I'm not counting my chickens yet, but they've got to get through this game first.
Zubi, come on. Gyökeres, come on. Is that even Gyökeres? Trust that you're better than that, man.
Right, lots happening. CJ, what happened at Turf Moor?
A lovely ball's been delivered into the box, and I was just waiting for someone to get their boot on the end of it. Trossard's legs simply are just not long enough, and it's another chance that's gone missing. We've had some half chances. It goes back to what Scott was asking me about, probably wanting to see more entertaining football, and the way to answer that is, of course, yes, but I do think there's a couple of reasons for that. We haven't had our players available, and as you know, football's about relationships, but you need them to all play together and things. So I've seen enough to think there's light at the end of the tunnel, if I'm honest with you.
And Lee Phelps has a chance for Forest as well.
Yeah, a good ball across. It's one of those where I think if you gamble on it as a striker, you might get a bit closer. But it's just kind of one of those great balls across the box that neither striker,
shot, I call them, Lee.
Yeah, neither striker really, or neither of the forwards really took a gamble to get on it, and it kind of just whizzed past them, both of them. Man United back on the attack here, but Forest having a go. You know, it's not like this is kind of one-way traffic.
Oh no, it's very, very even, isn't it? Very, very even. A goal at St Mary's. Southampton have drawn each of their last 3 home league games. They're losing today at home to Preston. Southampton 0, Preston 1. Southampton relegated, of course, last season from the Premier League under Will Steele. Starting the afternoon, 20th in the Championship table. They find themselves a goal down at home to Preston. Let me then bring you up to date with all of the scores up and down the country in our games. Confirmation, by the way, the Agbadou red card for Wolves did stand. So Wolves were a goal down away at Fulham and are down to 10 men. Brighton 1, Leeds 0, Burnley 0, Arsenal 2. Palace leading Brentford thanks to a really good header from Jean-Philippe Mateta. Fulham 1, Wolves 0. United leading 1-0 at Forest. So goals in all of our games in the Premier League. The goals in the Championship at 3 o'clock. Birmingham 1, Portsmouth 0. Millwall were 1 up away at Oxford. QPR have equalised at home to Ipswich 1-1. Derby leading at Sheffield United, Preston leading at Southampton. The game in the playoff place between Stoke and Bristol City. Stoke 3, Bristol City 0, and Watford 2.
Saka, play on.
Middlesbrough 0.
What are you doing? Look at the lines before.
Hearts 2 up in the William Hill Scottish Premiership. If they win that game, as it stands now, 9 points clear of Celtic, who of course play Rangers in the Old Firm League Cup semi-final tomorrow. Lawrence Shankland got one of the goals. If you like your goal scorer bets, by the way, and you never look at the SPL, have a look, because Shankland had those 2 seasons for Hearts where he scored 24 in successive seasons. Had a bit of an off-season, an injury last year, but he's back on it. And Claudio Braga also scoring goals for Hearts, so they're scoring goals for fun too.
Have you seen the Heart song for Claudio Braga?
Yes.
Oh, do you want to sing it?
No.
It's basically, all we need is Claudio Braga.
Nice.
Yeah. And they obviously do it. That's the best. They obviously do it in a bit more of a better way than I do there. Have you guys got Hearts as favourites now to win the title?
No, there won't be just yet. Celtic were still favourites before this. Let's have a look at what it looks like afterwards. But it'll be getting very close. Celtic were still favourites though before today's game.
In the Championship, by the way, as things stand, Millwall was second in the Championship. Vince Wise got to do better there. What? I think the flag went up.
Very good game of football.
This is like both of these teams are really attacking.
Yeah.
It is both really threatening. United have an opportunity with Ahmad at the other end just now, but I think this is offside, is it? Yeah, I think it's Ndoye,
just
right?
offside.
Who's played through, gets off Dallo, and like is in that space behind the wing back, and like with the.
Not great goalkeeping, is it?
Yeah, not great goalkeeping, but at least he kept it out. That's good enough for me.
Ideally, don't push that ball into the danger area.
But he kept it out.
You'd rather that than Onana, though, man. Like, his thing.
I'd rather you than Onana. I'd rather.
I don't think you want a 5'8" goalkeeper, man.
I'll be honest with you. No, over Onana. Anyway, here come Nottingham. Callum Hudson-Odoi now. He's got space to run into. Hudson-Odoi to Gibbs White. Really good block from Luke Shaw. How good's Luke Shaw been over the last couple of weeks? Was that ball?
Ouch.
Oh,
that's a face.
Was that? I was looking.
That was Yates on Cunha, and Cunha's
he's been
gone
throwing
down,
himself around
his face.
like on Cunha since he got on the pitch. I need to see that again.
Well, I thought he caught Cunha in his face. I might be wrong.
Cunha's making a meal out of it.
He does love that.
I think he hits him. I think he just kind of tries to palm him up.
Oh, it's embarrassing from Cunha.
That's why, Cunha loves it. Cunha's a bit of a diva. He loves to do that.
There's a rule that I could change with VAR in football. If you have a player who tries to cheat and pretend facial injuries and stuff like that, give me a yellow card.
He does get pushed in the face after the initial contact.
Scott, get out of it. That is an absolute disgrace.
I love Cunha.
It looks like he's...
No, I like Cunha as a player, but I'm sorry, CJ. That's not part of football.
It's like WWE. He's like, and running around and falling on the floor and whatnot.
Well,
he done me, to be fair. He's good at it.
At least the WWE refs make it a bit more believable. Oh, that's a free kick for Brentford in a really, really good, dangerous area. Again, we're watching all the games in one sleep. But I don't know if you've got the stats there in front of you on Brentford, but I've been a little bit disappointed with Brentford in this game. Every time I'm looking, it's all Palace on the attack.
Yeah, last few minutes, it's just been Brentford. But you're right. In terms of momentum, it's been mostly Palace, even since they scored. But yeah, last few minutes, Brentford have just started to push forward a bit. And here they have a chance just outside the
lovely sacks. Take a tumble. Oh,
take a tumble.
We're trying to discourage that.
Listen, you've just been putting a very good argument forward, Sam, about football, and CJ throws in a take a tumble.
I mean, the best right wingers and the best attackers, they anticipate contact. You leave your leg trailing. Anticipate. Iron Robin used to do it all the time.
Oh, there's big space there for Forest, and like United. Forest are finding a little bit of space in among
United. Wolves! Oh, sorry, I thought Wolves were going to equalise away at Fulham. Right, free kick here for Brentford then. These are the free kicks, by the way, that I'm talking about that take so much time out of the game. It's been a minute since it was given, and they're all just
a bit close.
It's one of those where I think it's just outside the box. You've got to hit this goalkeeper side with pace because it's too hard.
Surely hard and low.
Under the
goalkeeper
wall.
side.
Yeah.
Well, no, because the players line to the wall. And I don't think.
They do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an awful idea, isn't it? Goodness me. God, you'd be a good set piece coach, wouldn't you? Look, there we go. Pino is lying under the wall.
There you go.
You do well to get that past him. I think here.
It's taken something out of the game. I don't like it.
Edge of the box centrally.
Half the time they don't even want to be there.
You've got to hit this with pace, goalkeeper side. I think it's too hard to get this up and over the wall when the wall is pretty much. Anyway, Damsgaard, Utara.
Do you lay it for someone and just smash it?
I think here, Damsgaard, or actually the left footer Utara, I think has to hit it with pace, goalkeeper side.
Top right corner.
You think top right?
Yeah. No, I'm with Sam. Keeper side.
Look, there's a bit of a gap there.
Keeper side,
the one he least expects.
It looks like Damsgaard to me.
I think it's better suited for the left footer here, just as. Well, he tried to go over the wall there. It was absolute. Damsgaard goes over the wall. I'm sorry, that is almost.
You've got to get up and down.
Almost impossible to get that over the wall.
Smash it.
But when you're that close, the free kick was literally outside of the box.
He's a quality player, but
it's like he tried to balloon it upwards and get the dip to come back down. But it just
Well, I tell you what, I'm not sure what was the worst idea, that or going under the wall with somebody lying on the floor. I mean, that's the tough one, isn't it? Scott, Man United could do a half-time here because Elliot Anderson now into Danadoy. Luke Shaw once again reads it really well and
Shaw's
sniffs
had a
out
good
any
game.
sort of danger.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest, since going a goal down, have probably enjoyed their best spell of possession. Ball into the box. Lenny Euro wins it. United could do a half-time here,
they're
Scott.
peppering United a little bit here. I think they're doing well to like keep Forest at bay at the moment, but there's that little space, that through ball down the channel to one of Forest's wide players. That's looking like a bit of a problem.
They've
here at
reacted
United
well
at the
to
moment.
conceding.
They have. They really have. But United just need to. There's a couple of minutes left before half-time. They just need to get through this, and that's completely unnecessary.
Is that corner?
No. It's,
happened there?
I think Dallo was
it
shielding
foul?
it out and got pushed over. But
Yeah.
just
That's
get
my
through at
pet
half-time.
peeve.
There's another minute left, so it's good for United that they're in front.
Oxford have equalised at home to Millwall. Brannigan scoring the goal for Oxford. Brannigan, remember, do you know what youth team anyone Brannigan
Yes.
plays for?
You
Liverpool.
Yeah, very good boys. Good
Cameron
boys.
Brannigan.
Cameron Brannigan is indeed, yeah, no, it's. Well, sounded a bit patronising, didn't it? Boy, well done, yeah. So we're nearly then approaching half time. Lee, anything dramatically? I guess are all the kind of favourites are probably. Oh, I tell you what, for final one standing, the Fulham and Brighton wins are quite important, aren't they?
Yeah, massive. You're looking at best part of 85% of players happy at half time as it stands right now. Brighton 1 up, just about to, I think they're blowing the whistle there maybe. Brighton 1, Leeds 0, Fulham 1 up against Wolves. Wolves down to 10 men as well. I mean, Fulham, they're still living dangerously. I mean, they looked, when you stretched out about Wolves, so stretched at the back against 10 men. I mean, they really need to, Fulham will need to get another goal. I mean, it sounds crazy, but they should, as that game opens up even more with Wolves down to 10 men, they should be able to pick them off.
I wonder how long Lee Vitor Pereira's got left. Because, I mean,
odds on
10 games in. 10, I know you've got that new contract.
It's starting to get a bit ugly as well.
You have to make a call at some point. You see last week after the game.
Yeah, it's starting to get ugly, man.
Yeah, it's just not good.
VAR's having a look at something.
The Ten Hag links to Wolves, was that anything?
What?
Yeah, trust.
Really?
Wait, when?
No, maybe that wasn't concrete. I think Ignora said that. No, there was
Oh, no,
Ten
I
Hag
haven't
being
seen
linked
it.
with
I haven't
Wolves,
seen
but
it.
I didn't think it came from a reliable source. I wasn't sure if that was
Surely.
just
First, I'm
Sure,
hearing
that's
about
not
that.
the direction for Wolves to go in, I don't think. But
no.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
who did they turn to?
Yeah,
Because Sean Dyche is gone
it's
now
still
for obvious
Sean
reasons.
Dyche
Yeah,
kind of, I know it won't happen now because I thought the Nuno was going to go back to Wolves after he left Forest. I thought that could have happened. Obviously.
You know, that's...
We know that's not going to happen. So I think we're at half time then. Yes, we are. We're at half time in nearly all of our 3 o'clock games in the Premier League. CJ is applauding the Arsenal players off the pitch.
handling business. Our white kits are still clean. Job well done so far.
Brighton 1, Leeds 0, Burnley 0, Arsenal 2, Palace 1, Brentford 0, Nottingham Forest 0, Man United 1. The only game not at half time yet, but will be in a couple of minutes' time, is Fulham Wolves. Fulham leading that game by a goal to 0, and Wolves are down to 10 men. In the William Hill Scottish Premiership, Hearts continue to stretch their lead at the top of the table. Hearts 2, Dundee 0. In the Championship, the 3 o'clock games at half time, Birmingham 1, Portsmouth 0, Charlton 0, Swansea 0. Oxford have equalised against third place Millwall. That's 1-1. QPR 1, Ipswich 1. Sheffield United continue to struggle in a big game, losing at home to Derby by a goal to 0. How much pressure will be on Will Stewart to Southampton if they don't turn things around in the second half? Southampton 0, Preston 1, Stoke 3, Bristol City 0, and second place Middlesbrough not at the moment capitalising on Coventry losing last night because Watford 2, Middlesbrough 0. There are plenty of games in the FA Cup up and down the country ongoing there. So I think we can take a quick break, can we, on talkSPORT goals? We will do in a minute in case something happens in the Wolves-Fulham game. Fulham 1, Wolves 0, Lee.
Yeah, they're just passing it around at the minute, Fulham, just trying to get to the half-time break. Like I said, just it looked a little bit ragged for the last few minutes, which is strange. And there was a VAR check. I think it must have been on like a handball, I guess, but it wasn't given. And yeah, Fulham just now trying to knock the ball around. But even that, they're not that successful at. I mean, Fulham, they're so desperate for a win here because they've played teams who have been... I think we said on the preview show, they've played teams recently who have found some form. They played Villa as Villa found their form. They've had some unlucky results in a sense, or they've played very good sides. But this is huge for them to win this game. But they don't look full of confidence, really. Like here, why they're trying to knock the ball around and keep the ball before half time, and now they've got themselves into a mess where there's an attack on from Wolves with a minute to go before the break. They shouldn't be in this position. They should have just been knocking it around in midfield, ball into the box from Wolves. It'll come to nothing, I think. Although it's still in play with Wolves here. Got another chance to get the ball back in the box. 10-man Wolves, remember, against this Fulham team.
Get it in there.
Poor.
Oh, Fulham are going to
But
clear.
again, it's not.
But Fulham are trying to invite them back into the game. Like, Wolves are not out of this.
Strange.
You wouldn't think they had a man
Really
down.
strange. I mean,
Hey, here we go.
In here, Josh Randolph!
Oh, no!
Oh, they work it really well down the
I thought I
left-hand
was
side.
right.
The right wing-back, Hoover, puts in such a good, dangerous
Another
ball.
good ball.
Back across.
Strand
Back across.
Larsen!
No, it's got to go back across.
So first one, Strand Larsen can't get on the end of a ball whipped across goal. Then from the left-hand side, the ball's whipped in. He wins the header, and it's saved by the goalkeeper. 2 big chances for Fulham, and that is going to be at half-time. So Fulham 1, Wolves 0. So all 5 games in at 3 o'clock in the Premier League are at half-time on talkSPORT Goals. We'll take a very, very quick break, and then when we come back, we're taking you through the second half action in our Saturday 3 o'clock games. One thing's for certain, we absolutely love a Saturday afternoon, don't we, on talkSPORT Goals? We're live on talkSPORT's YouTube channel, and also as well, we are on TV, Lee Phelps.
Yes.
I know you know we're on TV because we are. You've got that wonderful. I thought I was gonna get told off then. Sorry, Zach. Every time Zach comes in, I get really, really scared. But
Is that the boogeyman?
yeah. Because you've got this wonderful new shacket on, Lee Phelps. I mean, look at this absolute boss, man. Do you not think that, like, from like weekend 1 of the Premier League, what we need is like a week by week Lee Phelps wardrobe picked photo shoot.
Wow.
Because you kept things nice and easy, and now you got the new shackets on. You're living the dream, aren't you? Good man, the Lee Phelps. We absolutely love it.
It's when Quaker comes in his new glasses and his little hat on, and I was like, okay, we're going to keep up. There's some, competition.
We better get back to work. talkSPORT Goals brought to you by Final One Stanley New from William Hill, 18 plus, gambleaware.org. Terms and conditions apply. 5 games at Premier League at half-time. Brighton 1, Leeds 0, Arsenal 2 up at Burnley. Palace 1, Brentford 0, Fulham 1, Wolves 0. Wolves down to 10 men. Man United, lucky Man United.
Come on, Sam.
Clinging on.
Come on.
I'm just dealing in facts. 1 up at Wake Forest. Lee Phelps was standing out to you at half-time.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, the bet builder that we've got going on that game, so far we've got half of one of the selections in. That's that one team has scored. We need both teams to score. We need Casemiro card, obviously already got a goal. Bruno Fernandes to score and Brian Mbeumo to score. So we're a long way off landing the 33
like
one.
milk.
But we probably need a Forest goal. Well, we need a Forest goal to get the both teams score. Then that might open the game up a little bit and more. Forest were coming back into it, weren't they? They were having a go. 13-2 to win the game, Forest. The draw is 130, 10-3. As for the other games, the draw in the Fulham Wolves game is 15-2. Palace Brentford, the draw just under 3-1. Brentford to turn that round is 8-1. Obviously, the Burnley Arsenal game is pretty much done and dusted.
Yep.
Brighton Leeds, Brighton 1-3, 17-5 the draw. Leeds 9-1.
Got good time to ask you then, Lee. I mean, I'm getting the tube. I'm doing one of those, by the way. I like the 5:30 game so much. I've recorded it at home. Going to turn my phone off on the way home.
I like it a lot.
Spurs, Chelsea, Liverpool, Aston Villa. In particular, Villa at Liverpool. Given Liverpool have lost 4 league games in a row, Villa won 4 league games in a row. Is the value bet Villa at Liverpool tonight?
Yeah, it has to be. I mean, we've been talking on the preview show the last few weeks about that idea of if because the Premier League is so wide open, if you see a team that's 3-1 or bigger, probably not at Arsenal and not at Man City, and you'd say not at Liverpool generally.
Now though,
but now you've got to. Last week we had loads of them land, and you've got to tweak it with the form, haven't you? And when you see the form that Aston Villa are in, when you gave the stat earlier on, there's another stat which is 1 win in 7 for Liverpool, 1 loss in 7 for Aston Villa. We know they're starting to score goals as well. So I think that has to be the play, doesn't it? They're 18-5, which is. Obviously, they were 4-1 when we did it.
On Thursday, yeah.
Yeah, and so Liverpool. I guess the question is, can you back Liverpool at odds on at the moment to win? If Salah puts his shooting boots on and starts scoring goals, then it's a different.
But odds on though, you wouldn't want to touch that, would you?
Personally, no.
It's radioactive.
Probably the draw at 3-1 is probably the best score draw.
Yeah. And also, most importantly, Kev Cal, not happening, has it?
Still time there. Kev Cal.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Is he playing, actually?
Apparently he is, yeah. I think you should know. You're
I didn't see it.
Best mate, aren't you? Yeah. Thank you very much, Lee. talkSPORT Goals. Taking one more quick break. Then when we come back, we're taking you through the second half games in the Premier League. Yeah, very good afternoon. Welcome back to talkSPORT Goal. Saturday, November the 1st, just gone 4 o'clock, so our second half's about to get underway. Up and down the country in the Premier League and the Championship. Team sheets. Good man, thank you very much for the team sheets.
We swapped some team sheets for some Percy Pig jam cake.
I tell you what, half the lads are going to get subbed in 15, 20 minutes, aren't they? So it almost feels a bit... We got 15 minutes of those teams standing, and then we'll see countless substitutions. Oh, anyway, we have a laugh, don't we, on talkSPORT Goals. It's Sam Ellard, Lee Phelps, CJ the Deluded Gooner. I'm getting bored, by the way, Lee, of I love CJ as a blood. I'm getting bored of watching Arsenal games.
You were just saying that off air.
Where Arsenal just win every week.
Yeah.
Like, it's not as fun, is it?
No,
It is, man. Hey, Marino's coming on.
Need a Burnley goal.
No, we don't do conceding.
Yeah.
That is true.
Who's Marino coming on for, CJ?
We're about to find out.
Guess, in your opinion?
Eze.
Ooh. If you're right, I'll give you a person pick.
Is it Eze or is it Zubimendi? You know what?
Which one?
Eze. Oh, could it even be
Declan
Gyökeres?
Rice? Rest Declan Rice for the 2 up?
But then you lose control with Rice coming off, man. I'm never
Oh, do you
comfortable.
know what? Let me check my team sheet. You should say on my team sheet.
Yeah, to be fair, we finally got them at half
There we
time.
go. Oh, no, it still says Eze, Zubimendi and Rice. Maybe Marino's not coming on. Maybe that's what's happening.
It could be Rice.
Anyway, I've never looked forward more to finding out who's being substituted. I think you've named half the team at the moment.
I think it's going to be Eze, but it's got to be Eze, man, because Mikel Arteta does like to play Marino and Zubimendi together.
Well, there's Declan Rice.
Rice is out there.
So we've got Rice. Ooh.
Zubimendi's out there.
Yeah,
I think it's Eze.
Okay, there we go.
But then again, Eze could be moved to the left.
there's
See,
Eze.
you see? Is it Trossard then?
Trossard. There we go. Who would have thought? Who would have thought a half-time substitute would cause so much excitement?
Yeah.
Maybe we need to get lives, don't we, Lee?
I'm a bit
No
nervous.
pussy pick for you.
Eze's getting,
Yeah, don't touch these ever again.
Eze's getting
look horrible,
game
man.
time. He played in the League Cup, didn't he?
Yeah. We're running
a lot of
him
game
into the
time.
ground. Do you know what?
Well, maybe it's just getting him up to that kind of like because he did he have a full pre-season?
Not really. Well, yeah, with Palace. I just need him to get goals, a bit like with Saka. Saka's been a bit quiet today. He's been purring here and there, but he missed a glorious chance in the first half, man.
Yeah, my heart bleeds for you, mate. It really does. Honestly, it must be hard being an Arsenal fan with Eze not having a pre-season with Arsenal, honestly. So we're about to get underway then, our 3 o'clock games in the Premier League. Brighton 1, Leeds 0, a really good goal. A nice finish from Danny Welbeck to give Brighton the lead against Leeds United. Substitutes have scored 16 Premier League goals for Brighton in 2025. He took
Gyökeres.
Oh, that's no good.
At least he
my
got his goal.
fantasy captain.
Gyökeres must be
But
struggling.
one thing I would say though, 2 up, because obviously Havertz injured, Gyökeres is probably playing a lot. Maybe
Yeah, but
actually
Gyökeres
seems
got
like-
no minutes midweek, so there must be something he's been struggling with.
Yeah, or maybe he's just managing his minutes, CJ. Because I know he didn't play.
He has been exposed to a lot of
Maybe
minutes.
if he hadn't scored, he'd have kept him on.
True.
So Gyökeres off then for Arsenal. Brighton 1, Leeds 0. Arsenal 2 up away at Burnley. It was Victor Gyökeres who scored the first goal. Palace 1, Brentford 0. Mateta scoring the goal for Crystal Palace. Wolves are down to 10 men in a trailing. What's so funny?
Jamie just said something. But yeah.
Oh, go on, share the joke.
He just said it's because he's not looking technically good. Horrible man.
Did you watch that clip, Jamie, from last week?
Nasty man.
Yeah, let's not revisit that argument again. I think we need a Victor Gyökeres conversation break.
I thought Jamie was my guy.
No.
The best bit of that clip, if you go back and watch it, is when Kwaku says, "I'll tell you the deal," and you go, "What's the deal?" And he goes, "I'm going to tell you the deal," and you just go, "What is the deal?" I'm going to tell you the deal. What is the deal? I'll tell you the deal.
For those that don't know,
Kwaku,
it's
man.
essentially Kwaku has already come to the conclusion that Victor Gyökeres is not going to be good at Arsenal. He's already made his mind up that sort of even next season he's not going to be Arsenal's first choice centre forward. And
He's only our top goal scorer.
And CJ, you leapt to his defence, didn't you?
Yeah, I've got to back my boys. Like, there's a reason we bought Gyökeres. There's a reason he's our top goal scorer. And I just feel a lot of people are being aesthetic merchants. He hasn't got a great first touch. Get over it. Like, put the ball in the back of the net. And it's so ugly. It's beautiful. And he's got his first goal away from home for this beautiful football club.
I think it's an what you were saying on that clip, though, was interesting that, yeah, he might not be the answer to Arsenal's problems season 2, season 3, but at this stage, if he gets you 15 goals in the Premier League,
That's what we need.
Job done.
Just put the ball in the back of the net.
Fair play. Then you go and then you go another level up and go and get a better.
Go and
striker.
get that A grade.
Forest corner against United. That's good.
Keeper.
Goalkeeping by Lamens. He comes and collects. Charlton are taking the lead at home to Swansea. Kelman with the goal for Charlton, who are having an incredible first season back in the Championship under Nathan Jones. Charlton 1, Swansea 0. Charlton, only Birmingham have won more points from goals scored in the 90th minute or later than Charlton Athletic, but they might not need that this weekend. Ipswich have regained the lead away at QPR. Nunez scoring. QPR 1, Ipswich 2. And I'm not sure producer Jamie's having a bad bad day because he's had a few bevies last night, or because Stoke.
Oh, there's a goal.
Foul! Nottingham
Yes,
Forest
yes, yes.
equalised
Come on.
against Manchester United. Morgan Gibbs-White, hello. Morgan Gibbs-White, and Nottingham Forest, you'd have to say,
Game on.
absolutely deserve every single bit of that, Scotty Saunders. And Man United, who were clinging on for dear life towards the end.
You're
of that
over
first half.
egging it.
I'm not. You were on the back foot. Forest equalise.
It's a brilliant header, to be fair. I don't really think you can look at the goalkeeper at all. It's a fantastic cross in, and Gibbs-White gets there. He puts it right towards the far corner, maybe not in the corner, but like far away from Lamans. Brilliant header.
Another header.
Really good goal. Another header.
That's where Ahmad not having natural defensive
Yes.
instincts.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's not been aware, but he's not alone.
Yeah, Yates whips it in from the right-hand side, and you're right, CJ. Gibbs-White is up against Ahmad, and obviously Ahmad's not the tallest. I think the header, by the way, from Gibbs-White's a really,
Not
really
even
good
that. If
header.
he just anticipated and put him off a bit, it might not
Yeah,
be
well,
a
he
goal.
tries to lean into him, maybe,
Yeah.
but he's just not strong enough. But that's a good header from Gibbs-White
Very
there.
good header.
And there's another goal for Crystal Palace of Brentford, or has the offside flag gone up? I
think
think
it's
the
offside
offside
flag.
flag's gone up. So we have an early goal in the second half. Morgan Gibbs-White scoring for Nottingham Forest, who is still searching.
Oh, no, you're right, Sam.
Oh, no, it is a goal. The Palace goal stands
You're right.
against Brentford. And is that Jefferson Lerma? I tell you, we have to watch too many games, don't we, sometimes, right? But Palace are 2-0 up at home to Brentford. And what does it come from? It comes from oh, my goodness me.
Oh, it's one of them where it's
That
probably
is-
an own goal.
It is an own goal.
That's why no one knew whether they
Jefferson
should celebrate.
Lerma, and the irony that Brentford had so much success last week against Liverpool from long throws. Johnson Forrest, go!
Oh, my gosh.
Go!
What a half-time team talk.
Yes!
What a half-time team talk. Whatever Sean
nice.
Dyche has said, they're on fire.
Sorry, are Man United still in the type to race? Are we sure about that?
I never said they were, but that
Is that Savona who has put the ball in the back of the
Game
net?
on.
It is the number 37. United 1 up at half time. 50 minutes in. Nottingham Forest 2. Man United 1.
It should be 2-0.
And it's the right back. And it's the right back from close range who puts the ball in the back of the net. There's a cross whipped in from the right-hand side. Takes a deflection. The centre-forward wins the header. And he's onside the right back. He gets there before Dallo. And he scores from close range. And Scott Saunders. You look, there's 3 Man United players.
That's
Oh,
horrible.
is that a
against the
hand?
centre
Is that
forward.
hit a hand in there?
One thing I would say, Scott, the 3 centre-backs have got to deal with that crossing
That's
better.
terrible, United.
Yeah, it's not good. I mean, look, United, if you're leading 1-0 at half time, you're on the ropes a little bit. Has that hit a hand? Has that hit?
United hand, if anything.
Has that hit?
A United hand, if anything,
I'm
surely.
speculating in hope here. I'm really speculating in
blame
hope
you.
here. But look, this is just the way that United have come out in the second half. They've not been prepared for it. It doesn't look like it's getting looked at. Ah, for goodness sake.
We need to touch on the Palace goal against Brentford, by the way, because Brentford, so much was made last week.
They've just hit the post again, Palace. I think
Palace.
Palace just hit the
But
post as well.
Brentford really poor in that first
It's getting
half.
nasty for Brentford.
The Jefferson Lerma goal, boys, was a Jefferson Lerma long throw, and I think it was Nathan Collins who tried to win the header and almost guided the ball into the back of the net. I mean, that, Leah's, especially what we're speaking about earlier on, about set pieces. That's remarkable, isn't it?
Unbelievable. And another header. Even the own goal's a header. Yeah, crazy. But that's what it happens, isn't it? It creates confusion in the box. But Palace are really pouring on the pressure.
Yeah, I'm surprised at
against
how bad.
Brentford.
Oh, I tell you what, Igor
Come on,
Jesus is
Saka.
causing the United
Saka.
defenders all sorts of problems. Cross into the box and nobody was there. It comes to Callum Hudson. I'll tell you what, Man United need, but both teams scored, by the way,
Yeah, that's
have
in.
absolutely are all over the
came in
place
clutch.
there. Scott, just on that, so when Igor Jesus won that original header, I think all 3 United centre-backs were competing for the header with him. I was surprised that not one of them managed to win the header.
Yeah, I mean, look, United, they really need to, like, it's the start of the second half here. You surely must be expecting some kind of onslaught
Fight
from
back,
Forest.
especially away from home.
Especially with the supporters, like, who are pretty much aggrieved at that goal that United scored in the first half, with the ball being out or whether it was or it wasn't. United still scored from that set piece. So you can imagine that the City ground is very, very much up for it. And Forest are probably feeding off that. And look, the way that Forest are going about this have been very direct. They've been throwing the ball in, and United really need to get through that period. Look, 1 goal can happen, but 2 in quick succession like that is a characteristic of United from the past few months and few years that you need to get rid of, and it's happened again.
Some remarkable scorelines in the Championship. Stoke are still 4 home to Bristol City. Watford leading Middlesbrough by 3-0. So Coventry top losing last night. Middlesbrough in second. Now 3-0 down away at Watford. So latest scores in the Premier League. Crystal Palace have doubled their lead at home to Brentford. Palace 2, Brentford 0. It goes down as an Nathan Collins' own goal. Forest have completely turned things around against Man United. Forest 2, Man United 1. Fulham 1, Wolves 0. Palace 2, Brentford 0. Burnley 0, Arsenal 2. Brighton 1, Leeds 0. Ball out now to Ahmad on the right-hand side. Into his left foot!
You have to come.
Oh! How's it not gone in? Is that Casemiro?
How? I don't know how you haven't scored there.
It's Ahmad whips in a glorious, delightful ball with his left foot, just lifts it towards the back post, and Casemiro arrives at the back post, Scott, and I've got absolutely no idea, but somehow he doesn't score.
I let's watch it back now. It's deflect. It's hit his hand. It's hit his hand. Right, fair enough. He got a bad bounce. He was in the air, and the ball kind of bounced up and
Yellow card.
Hit his hand. Yellow card. Maybe good for the bet builder. But United need to react. They need to react soon. This has been a terrible start to the second half from them. Absolutely terrible.
What? You pointed at me.
So I thought you were going to say something.
No, I didn't say a word. I was watching the game. I was thinking, what?
Sorry.
Sam stitching me up there.
I thought you were going to say something. I didn't want to jump in.
My eyes were glued on the game.
No, good stuff. How have Arsenal started at Burnley, CJ?
Oh, unlike United, just handling business. Like, we've actually come out of the tunnel with the same mentality. We're just managing the game. To be fair, I do think Burnley have grown in a bit of confidence. They're trying to go for it, which actually would play into our hands and would make me a lot more confident that we would get a third. I want to see an open game now.
Oh, so
Palace,
Palace are absolutely battering Brentford at Selhurst Park. I mean, Brentford, who was so good in last weekend's game against Liverpool, have barely been able to get out of their half. At 55 minutes gone, Palace 2 up against Brentford, but probably could be out of sight and might be out of sight sooner rather than later. What would be the obvious changes here, Scott, for Manchester United?
It's really difficult because the attacking threats are already on the pitch at the moment. You'd think so, but
Maybe the Casemiro feels an obvious one.
But Casemiro's been like one of the big attacking threats from the day because it's very, very aerial. He's the guy who scored the goal. And United need to just keep... I wouldn't make any changes yet. I think United just need to keep it going. Dallo might have a chance here.
And to Cunha and
Everyone's getting in each other's way.
Yeah, Buemo's shot from 25 yards out is a little bit too close to the goalkeeper, who makes an easy save. And I tell you what, it's been a really, really good shot there from Tete for Fulham, and the goalkeeper Johnson makes a good save. Still Fulham 1, Wolves 0. I mean, we said it, Lee, pretty much from the start of the game. But even when United were winning that first half, it's been very, very open.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, the draw, by the way, live is 23-10. Man United to win this is just under 5-1. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if whoever wins it from this point, it's really end to end, and United are going to have to chuck everything at it in the last 30 minutes or so. 55 gone at the minute. And that's good for the bet builder.
That's a ball.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what,
because we need, obviously, we've got Casemiro card.
We need 3. We've only got 1 out of 4 at the moment, Lee, which isn't good.
But, but they're gonna push forward, aren't they? And Bumo and Bruno are the ones we need to score. It seems
my worry is Casemiro being subbed sooner rather than later. But United
impact sub carries on. Get Mane on.
It'll be Ugarte maybe. Come on, just as likely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So subs are relevant, really, aren't they?
Yeah,
do you know what? I have to say, I'm not just saying this because they sponsor our show, but you're very generous at William Hill.
Yeah. No.
I mean, we like William Hill, don't we?
Those impact sub offers though are
they're great.
They're great for things like fouls and
goals
and assists and goals and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
They are great.
Take Casemiro off then. Who cares? Get Kobe Manu on. That's an absolute.
I've said it before.
The thing is, I don't really think Kobe Manu's going to come on and really help this because the problem that United have had...
we need to come on and get booked.
Trossard.
It's been really end-to-end. Forest are finding a lot of space in the midfield. They're kind of running through. Another header.
Really good ball, corner whipped in, and it's Murillo who gets up above everybody, and possibly Scott from close range, 8 yards out. He gets up above everybody.
Looks like it hits
he
him.
Should hit the target, shouldn't he?
It hits him, doesn't it? Rather than him directing it.
No.
The head kind of thing. You know what I mean?
I don't know, Lee. I think you're being a bit generous there, aren't you?
No, so he
who you blaming?
Ref. I'm blaming him, but he moved his head, kind of hits him on the side of the head rather than him directing it into the goal, which it would have gone in if he'd just got his forehead on it. He could hardly miss from there. Fulham don't look that confident against Wolves. Wolves still coming on strong with 10 men. I mean, Fulham, like we've said before, their MO seems to be like, if you're a boxer against Fulham, Fulham would sit on the ropes and let you hit them, and then they'd come back. Yeah. Then they'd come back. But and they can't do that against better clubs, so maybe expect Fulham just to soak this up for another 5 or 10 minutes, and then they'll grab a goal.
Deliver, Timber. Deliver. Yeah.
Not quick enough, was it? Not quite incisive enough, that was it, from Arsenal.
No. That's the bad thing we've done today.
Was there possibly there, Scott, Half an appeal for a penalty.
I don't think so. Really, no. It's just
Milenkovic on Cunha.
Yeah, it's just a bit of strength.
Eased him off the ball, should we say?
He very much did and has gone after
Cunha
it.
loves a tumble, doesn't he?
Needs to leave his leg dangling there and you get a pen.
Well, maybe. Who knows?
Dark arts.
Yeah, well, that's fine. You do you, CJ. You do you.
Yeah, anything to get this title over the line.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not being funny at the moment. You don't need, given the fact that you're not conceding any goals.
It's still early. It's November. November is typically where we start losing and things of that ilk. Not saying that's going to be the case.
Thankfully, you're only playing promoted teams in November, aren't you?
No, that's not true. We've got Chelsea, we've got Bayern in the champs, we've got Spurs.
Sake, man.
We've got difficult games.
You always beat Spurs, don't you?
I hope so, and I'd like to think so. That's one game it's unacceptable if we don't win. And I'm quite bullish about beating Spurs.
Ipswich have got a third goal away at QPR. QPR 1, Ipswich 3. George Hurst has got a second of the afternoon.
A lot of goals in
Birmingham have doubled. Lots of goals in the Championship. I'm sure that you've known by now I'm absolutely loving the Championship this season. And Birmingham have doubled their lead at home to Portsmouth. So it's Birmingham 2, Portsmouth 0 in that game. It's the first league meeting between Birmingham and Portsmouth since 2012. That felt like a game league that I'd watch all the time on my TV when I was young growing up. Birmingham in the Premier League. Thank you. That's the first time all season someone said good stat for me. Do my stats normally bore you to tears, do they?
They're all good.
Sorry if they
That's
do,
why
mate.
we don't say that, because they're all good.
Oh, it just goes without saying.
Better than usual.
Oh, it's a better than usual stat.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin had a shot.
Yay.
Seen him today.
Oh, sorry, Forest work a free kick short and don't get the ball in the box. What's happening in the Brighton Leeds game, Lee? Have you got any data to that? Have Leeds shown any sort of attacking threat?
In terms of momentum, no, it's been mainly Brighton. They've just had a decent effort, but nothing cast iron. You'd say they probably need a goal, Brighton, soon, just to kind of settle the nerves. But yeah, Leeds will pour it on, won't they? But there was a chunk of that first half where they were on top. It's just the problem is momentum's one thing, but they've had 3 shots, none on target today. Leeds, Brighton 11 shots, 4 on target. So they're just not getting the shots off.
Tells you everything.
United. Yeah.
Scott, it's been Bruno Fernandes. Oh, it's off the post. Oh, that's some effort by the way.
I was just about to say, I told you so.
Bruno Fernandes has a shot from like 30 yards out, and it looked like he just didn't hit it hard enough.
he just dribbled.
But it literally...
I genuinely thought he scored.
It literally nearly dribbles into the far corner, hits the post, and it comes back to Casemiro, who gets there ahead of Murillo, and his shot just goes wide. But it's been a decent... I think United responded well, Scott, to going 2-1 down.
That's an inch, isn't it? And it's in.
Yeah, Forest have really upped the intensity. I think it's really caught United by surprise. But they are open. Like, United just need to get a little bit of a foothold back in this game, because I think Forest has taken it off them. And look, Bruno, for me, that was a pretty speculative effort from him. It was just like a bit of a daisy cutter. And I thought the keeper was dealing with that comfortably, but it got past him and hit the post.
Fulham!
Fulham nearly score from close range.
Do you ever wish Amarin changed formations? Like in games like this?
He does change formation in
like
games.
as in 4 at the back.
He does change formation within matches, and he says that's something about his system that will come with time. Look, I don't want to jump on the system train. I think it's a player application problem. The system stuff is not an issue in why United are losing this game from where they were at half time. Like, Forest have been peppering them and like aerially. Like, that's the biggest thing for me.
It's common sense, really. Like the goal you conceded where you've got 3 players trying to go for one ball, that just tells me there's no leadership at that particular moment. So you're right on that.
Yeah, we'll see how they react to it. Like, if they can get back into this, they're not out of it at all. But they need to show that this time isn't like all the other times this has happened.
Yeah, sort your heads out.
Derby are 3-0 up away at Sheffield United in the Championship. Sheffield United 0, Derby 3. Carlton Morris has got a hat-trick. Sheffield United starting the day in the final relegation spot. They scored just 9 goals this season. Sheffield United. It's the fewest in the Championship. Birmingham having a really good afternoon at home against Portsmouth. Birmingham 3, Portsmouth 0 in that game. A defeat to Hull ended Birmingham's 29-game unbeaten run at home in the league last time out, winning 23, drawing 6. They look set to get back to winning ways at home in the Championship. Birmingham 3, Portsmouth 0. So the latest scores in the Prem: Burnley 0, Arsenal 2, Brighton 1, Leeds 0, Fulham 1, Wolves 0, Forest 2, Man United 1. Has been a really, really good game of football. Palace 2, Brentford 0. And I think I'm certain about one thing, Lee, is that there's going to be more goals in the game at the City Ground.
Yeah, it does look that way, doesn't it? 2-1 Forest at the minute, but United just have to pour it on, don't they? Mm-hmm. They have to. There's nothing. Why wouldn't you? the betting for them to win the game is now 13-2, 12-5 the draw. There's loads of price boosts live. Cunha at least one shot on target. That's at 5-4. Brian and Bruno to score at any time is 6-1. By the way, fourth goal method header. 8-1. We've seen a lot of headers today. It wouldn't be a surprise to see another header in this game. But
there's the yellow card for Casemiro, surely.
Go on, ref.
Go on, give him a yellow. Give him a yellow. Oh, sure, yeah, here we go.
There we go.
Over.
Ooh.
Oh, I mean...
It's a warning.
No. Ryan Yates looks as shocked as we do that it's not a yellow card.
Yeah.
When you said no, he said no at exactly the same time. So it was like you were actually doing it for him.
Oh, he's late there.
I think that's a yellow card.
Give him a yellow card. I mean, he's so late there, isn't he? Yatesy seeing the funny side of things, which is good.
The next one probably results in Casemiro getting a book.
So our bet builder is we've only got one out for 33-1.
It's in the mud.
Only one. Well, it's not looking great. We need a Bremo to score. We need a Casemiro.
What you need here is a Nottingham Forest or a United complete comeback with Bruno and Mbeumo
scoring margins.
Right, we'll be in there.
And
Casemiro booking
Casemiro takes his top off and celebrates like that. There we go.
Another day he's giving the yellow. On another day Bruno shot kisses the post to find margins.
And that is why we love and sometimes hate football, don't we? Because of those fine margins.
Lovely pictures from the Brighton game. Brighton Leeds 1-0 Brighton. Seagulls are just flying in front of the camera.
Poetic.
Wonderful. Right. Very poetic, isn't it? Yeah, I like that a lot. 1-0. Leeds have been pouring it on again. There's just nothing clinical against them. A little. But they keep getting... Brighton are no better than Leeds, really, to be honest with you. But Leeds just can't seem to get the ball into a position where they can get a shot on target.
Exactly.
Sorry, Lee, are you the betting guy here? Or are you sort of, is this...
I like the animal references.
Do you want to do that again for us? It was the way you sort of acted it out with your hands.
Mendy, what's going on?
You'll see it in a minute. If you keep watching this Brighton Leeds game, you'll see the Seagulls come fly in front there.
What next, Lee?
Wonderful.
Ref.
Huh?
No, I don't know.
Are you sure?
How many times has Eze been kicked today, ref? Come on.
Go on, CJ, what are you not happy about?
No, but I mean, Burnley, credit to Scott Parker, but the second half, my players have been on the receiving end of numerous kicks, and I haven't seen the bookings come out. Like, the refs have a duty to protect players. We're playing football. I don't know what's going on at the moment. Very concerning.
Well, can you explain the tackle to our audience who can't watch the game?
Oh no, it's just
Brighton have a second goal at home to Leeds. Gomez has got the goal. Brighton 2, Leeds 0. You felt like that was coming. Ipswich 4-1 up away at QPR. The ball came down the right hand side, played across goal, and he makes a really, really good run, and he scores from close range. Gomez, who's been in pretty good form, and the second goal for Fulham at home to Wolves, and that is going to be. So you distracted me with the Seagulls. I just can't get the Seagulls out of my head.
That's why
the Seagulls are up in there.
We'll bring the goals in.
There's been goals everywhere, man.
The goals as they go in here on talkSPORT goals. Gomez has scored for Brighton. Brighton 2, Leeds 0. And Marco Silva looks an angry but relieved man at Craven Cottage. Harry Wilson has scored the goal for Fulham against 10-man Wolves. Fulham 2, Wolves 0. And this is a big, big goal. Harry Wilson plays a ball forward to Jimenez down the right-hand side, carries the ball into the box. He goes back across goal. The shot from Berger deflected. It then comes out to Harry Wilson, and he runs onto the ball. First time shot, left foot, outside the box, into the far corner. That's a lovely finish, isn't it, boys?
Yeah, over 80% of Final One standing players. Just breathe a little easier. Brighton and Fulham with the big picks today in Final One standing on that £500,000
So I wonder how many are going to go out.
So 80% are through. That means 80%.
Yeah, but I wonder how many of the 20% won't have. I mean, because someone have picked Palace maybe.
5% went Man United, 4% went Newcastle, and the rest are all kind of split.
Newcastle's quite nice to have, isn't it?
Yeah,
I fancy them at West Ham tomorrow.
Yeah, yes.
Victor Pereira looks he looks like a man maybe that's just running out of ideas. I mean, Scott, do you fear for Victor Pereira 10 games into the season, yet to win? Is his time nearly up?
Well, you think, looking at the record that Wolves have at the moment, there's not really any degree of hope there. And it's a very, very expensive mistake, or it's very, very expensive for a lot of clubs. And you can imagine, for Wolves as well, being in the Premier League for so long, facing that relegation, it's a really, really difficult league to get back out of as well. So I think whatever people feel about whether he should get more time or not, I know he just signed a new contract or whatever, but they can't take any... They need to stay in this league.
Exactly.
And I'm not sure about the quality of the playing squad, I got to be honest. I thought they'd be down there all season. But, they have to make a change sooner or later if it keeps going like this.
It's looking like they just need a new voice now.
Yeah.
If any above everything, it's not looking...
Whoa! How? Callum Hudson-Odoi has acres of space to run into. He gets to the edge of the box, right-footed shot.
So unlucky.
Just
Game's so
past
open.
They are running
Lamens his
through
post.
United's midfield here. They are running through it.
Both of the team,
Yeah.
both of you lot, it's so open, which is entertaining for me. Your heart must be all over the place, man.
I'm used to this.
Yeah, fair
I
enough.
was
fair enough.
very close,
It's
actually.
a really good from Hudson-Odoi, isn't it? He runs onto it, collects it in space, carries it.
Outside
and
of
then
the
the
ring,
right footed shot. Here's a substitution then for Man United. Dorgu's coming on. Will that be for Dallo? Yeah, Dallo for Dorgu.
Fair enough.
Felt like a like for like. It almost feels a hard. You got all your. I mean, Mount maybe. I guess mainly one for Cassidy.
Yeah, maybe, but like
it's not.
Mount's the
with
sort to
Mount,
pop up with something.
United aren't even. It's not they're pinning Nottingham Forest back. They're getting overturned. Like when they lose the ball, it's quite easy for Forest to get through. Like the midfield's been getting a lot of praise over the last few weeks. But the problem with the midfield is still there for me in the fact that United are probably going to sign 2 midfielders next in 2026 or whatever it is. There's a long-term upgrade plan in there. I don't know whether they have the mobility to kind of cover all these spaces. And Forest's, they're playing right through at the moment. It's a big concern.
You'll have been linked with Elliot Anderson.
Yeah, I know.
Ironic.
Players like that, I think, will be on the agenda for United in the summer. But they've stuck with this midfield pairing. It's worked over the last few weeks, but they look a lot more open today than they did last week, United.
Millwall have won each of their last 4 league games and will be looking to win 5 in succession for the first time since their final 5 championship fixtures of the 23-24 season, and they've regained the lead. Jake Cooper scoring for Millwall away at Oxford. Oxford 1, Millwall 2. Middlesbrough losing. Millwall, as things stand, will finish today second in the championship table. Some team news for you for the Spurs-Chelsea game. Spurs have got Vicario in goal. Is Porro, Danzo, Van der Ven, Spence, no Romero, Paulinia, Sarr, Bentancur, the midfield 3. Goodness me, he's also playing Bergvall. So he's playing Paulinia, Sarr, Bentancur, and Bergvall, almost playing 4 kind of natural
that, a diamond?
central midfield. Yeah, I reckon it will
gotta
be a diamond, yeah. And then Kudus and Kolo Muani are the other 2 attacking players. So that means there's no Xavi Simons in the team. Richarlison also on the bench. For Chelsea, Sanchez in goal, James Fofana, Chalobah, Cucurella, Gusto, Caicedo, Enzo, Pedro Neto, Garnacho and João Pedro, the front 3 there for Chelsea. Spurs' team, though, I reckon might cause a little bit of surprise given... Yeah, Paulinia, Sarr, Bentancur and Bergvall. Yeah, you'd imagine that almost...
No other way of doing it.
No, I agree with you there. And yeah, I guess Kudus and Kolo Muani will lead the line. So yeah, Spurs-Chelsea is a 5:30 game in the Premier League. And then following that at 8 o'clock is Liverpool versus Aston Villa. I guess probably the most interesting game in the final 20 minutes or so is the game at the City Ground. Forest 2, Man United 1. Forest have got a corner. Elliot Anderson whips it in. Cooney does well to win the original header. Man United can't quite clear their lines. Can they counter-attack their Cooney's
So
touch
unlucky.
is a little bit poor. Scott, what are you thinking?
Look, United don't deserve to be like. I think Forest deserve to be winning at the moment. The way that they've reacted since half time, there were patterns like towards the end of the first half, and since United even scored the goal, really with Forest, they've really upped the intensity. You could see there, he hasn't given a foul there. Nico Williams just wanted the ball more than Ahmad did.
Got to shoot.
And Forest are on top at the moment.
It's how you change it up from Man United, isn't it? It's like, I mean, you asked before, Sam, what do they do from the bench here? It doesn't look like they've got that many ideas.
My goodness me. I don't know. So I think we all thought shoot them.
Just
Just shifted the ball onto his right foot from 25 yards out.
That. Have you seen? I mean, that's the next step from him, isn't it?
Yeah,
to actually like
but
let
that,
loose
he
with
just
it.
literally had.
It was there for him.
It
Wasn't
opened
it?
up for him to hit that ball. Yeah. Oh, what an afternoon it's turning out to be for Brighton. They needed a victory. They need a clean sheet. As things stands, they're going to get that, and they've also got their 3rd goal at home to Brighton. I think Gomez is the goal scorer, but after a bad afternoon for Brighton last weekend, losing away at Manchester United, looks like they're going to get back to winning aways at home. Yeah, it is Gomez the goal scorer. He's got a brace. His 2nd of the afternoon, 70 minutes gone. Brighton 3, Leeds 0. And Lee, we both predicted, didn't we, in our previous show? We fancied a home win there, didn't we?
Yeah, definitely. It's just whether Leeds can get that goal. I mean, and that's the thing that's going to... it's an obvious thing to say about promoted teams, but the goals are what keeps you up, aren't they? In the end, and Leeds have just started to run out of goals in recent times. They got beat 2-0 at Burnley, didn't they? As well. It's like obviously they beat West Ham, but there's just a few games this season away from home where they went to Fulham and lost 1-0. Obviously got battered by Arsenal, which is no shame in that at all.
None at all.
But going away from home, they need to start being able to convert or even make the chances. They haven't had enough in front of goal today.
So we're approaching in the final, 20 minutes or so in our 3 o'clock games in the Premier League. Brighton leading Leeds by 3-0. What an afternoon for Brighton. back at home, looking to get back to winning ways. Gomez has got a brace for Brighton. Brighton 3, Leeds 0. Leeds have not been anywhere near their best so far this afternoon. Arsenal are cruising away at Burnley thanks to 2 first-half goals. The first one from Victor Gyökeres and Declan Rice scoring a really good header. So Arsenal looking to extend their lead at the top of the Premier League table. 2 up against Burnley as Hincapié and Nwaneri come on for Arsenal, with Calafiori and Eza being substituted. Crystal Palace, who hadn't won in their last 3 league games, they did win, didn't they, in the week in the Carabao Cup away at Liverpool. Been really, really impressive against Brentford, who have been bitterly disappointing so far this afternoon. Palace 2, Brentford 0. Mateta and a Collins own goal. Fulham started the day just outside the relegation places. Needed a victory against Wolves. They're leading by 2-0. Agbadou being sent off for Wolves didn't help. Sessegnon and Wilson with the goals. The game of the afternoon, no doubt about it, has been at the City Ground. Forest 2, Man United 1. Man United did take the lead thanks to a Casemiro header, but Forest scored 2 goals in 2 minutes at the start of the second half. Gibbs, White and Savona scoring for Nottingham Forest, who were searching for their first league win under Sean Dyche. Spurs, Chelsea, Liverpool, Villa still to come today in the Premier League. In the Championship, there were wins for Blackburn and Hull, both away from home earlier on. West Brom 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0, a full-time. Latest score, Swansea have equalised away at Charlton. Birmingham cruising at home to Portsmouth, 3 up. Millwall back in front away at Oxford, leading by 2-1. Been lots of talk, hasn't there, about Kieran McKenna's future at Ipswich. Could he possibly be going to Celtic? He's at Ipswich. He's over at QPR.
He's the favourite for that market as well.
And Ipswich are having a really good afternoon away at QPR, 4-1 up. Sheffield United pulled a goal back at home to Preston, at home to Derby. Callum O'Hare scoring that goal. Sheffield United 1, Derby 3. Preston, talking of Preston, still leading away at Southampton, who are really struggling under Will Steele. What an afternoon for Stoke City, Lee, who are 5-0 up at home to Bristol City. Both those sides starting the afternoon in the top 6. Stoke 5, Bristol City 0. And after Coventry lost at home away last night to Wrexham, top of the table. Second in the table, Middlesbrough are losing away at Watford by 3-0. So that would mean, as things stand, Millwall jump up to second in the table on 26 points. Borough 25, Stoke 24, Bristol City 22, and Preston on 22 at the bottom of the Championship. Sheffield Wednesday, Norwich, Sheffield United, and then Southampton drop down to 21st in the table. CJ, haven't spoken too much about your game in this second half. Have Burnley had any sort of attempts on goal? Have they caused Arsenal any threats going forward?
To be fair to you, I've actually been impressed with Burnley in the second half. Like, they're bringing on Broyer, so Scott Parker's clearly smelling they can get something out of the game. I think they've pressed us higher up the field, but we've done that thing that we always do, just like, okay, we've got the lead, just come and break us down. They've really caught us a couple of times playing out from the back, but again, nothing of note to really trouble Rayo.
And a couple of substitutions, CJ, and this is where Arsenal really sort of flex their muscles, don't they? I mean, looking at the substitution, bringing on Mikel Merino, bringing on players like him as well. Nwaneri, really shows the strength and depth that Arsenal have got this season.
Exactly, this is what we've been crying for, and even with this strength in depth, we're actually struggling in attacking ranks to just have players available. You know, Madueke, Havertz, Jesus, etc., all out, and this is the aim of the game. So everything's going well. We're getting 3 points. We're keeping clean sheets. We've got depth. We've got, Gyökeres getting on the score sheet. It's not everything ain't been perfect because I don't know how a foul's been given against us there, but it is what it is. You can't have it all, but just the one change to Man United so far, Scott. Dorgu coming on for Dalot. I mean, looking at the bench, it's not the best bench, is it? I mean, Xerxes, Ugarte, Mount, Mainu, Dorgu's come on. You're not blessed with great options off the bench, are you?
I think he's bringing Mazraoui on at the moment.
He doesn't fancy Xerxes.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't seem like he does. Mazraoui's coming on for Euro here. It's not really the change you want to see at the moment. Like,
but it's almost like he has to take off one of the centre backs in every game.
It is odd. Like the changes I would make at the moment. Like Sesko's been anonymous. Forest have utilised their striker really well and have put a lot of balls in.
And they're bringing on another one.
And it's another big problem for United to deal with.
He's a big problem.
It's a problem.
He's a handful.
United haven't used that to their advantage themselves. They've got a big lad in Sesko that they haven't really lofted the ball into at all. I think Amorim's very hesitant to bring off the likes of Cunha or Mbeumo.
You can't though, can you?
Yeah,
you can't
exactly. Not when you're chasing.
What I would do, I'd probably change Casemiro and Sesko.
Mountain, I think, it's a change I'd make.
But then you're even more open.
Yeah, I would.
But at some point, though.
Yeah, would you rather lose 3-1? Yeah. You have to go for it.
I think with 13 to go, then you maybe take a gamble.
That's where I make you right. You have to gamble.
Yeah,
this is where you have to utilise the tools that are available to you.
Yeah, United don't have to play the way that Amorim wants to play. I don't think United have the midfield to do that. He's having to find ways around it. But Forest have really, really exploited them in the second half, aerially. in terms of like how much they've wanted it more than United have, and they've cut through their midfield almost at will. United have not really had too many chances outside of that Bruno Fernandes hitting the post.
I've been quite disappointed.
I've been disappointed.
Yeah,
disappointed.
same.
Really, really.
First
poor.
10 minutes of the second half, United just thrown it all away, if I'm honest with you. They did well in the first half.
Hearts have got a 4th goal at home to Dundee in the William Hill
Wow,
Scottish
you know.
Premiership. So Hearts have got 29 points as things stand. Celtic in 2nd place on 20. Have you guys been taking lots of bets on the next Celtic permanent manager? You said Kieran McKenna. Kieran McKenna quite short?
Go on, Rice.
No, not too short. He's, I think he's 11 to 4, 7-2. Ange Postecoglou to go in there. We were looking at the market earlier on, and it's been a really interesting, obviously a crazy start to the season in Scotland with Rangers and then Celtic. But there's some really interesting names. We were saying there's Kjetil Knutsen, who was part of the. I think they got down to a shortlist with when Ange got the job. The Bodo Glimt manager has been someone that they've talked about, but he's drifted a little bit.
I think he's quite highly regarded from what I've heard of European football experts.
Obviously, Martin O'Neill's in the betting at 4-1, whether he just keeps the job eventually. But you
What do
doubt
you
that
reckon?
would be the case. I don't think that would be the case. I'm not sure if he'd want the. Well, mind you, if they keep winning, if they win the semi-final tomorrow and they get into the final and he wins a trophy, then what did he win? 7 trophies as manager of.
Come on, you're not injured, mate.
For Celtic, so who knows? But it's a great market.
A 3rd goal for Fulham as well against Wolves. Fulham 3, Wolves 0. I just wonder, is this the afternoon? With an international break coming up next week as well, where possibly Vitor Pereira's time at Wolves might be coming towards an end. Fulham been really good in the second half, much more clinical. Iwobi has the ball on the left-hand side, carries it into the box. Sessegnon on the overlap. Oh my goodness me. If there was a goal that sums up how
When it
pathetic
rains, it
Wolves
pours.
have been this season, Sessegnon gets to the byline. I would say, boys, he puts in quite a tame ball, a cross goal, and it comes off, I think it's Totti Gomez, and it almost just bounces off
When it rains,
the
it
Wolves defender.
Does Smith Rowe get a touch?
Oh my goodness me, this is not a good goal to concede.
No, it's a horrible goal to concede.
I mean,
No, he
so
doesn't. Yeah, it's
Emil
horrible, it's
Smith Rowe
horrible.
does throw himself across the near post.
But it shouldn't be in the back. It shouldn't go in the back of the
But
net.
then the Wolves defender,
It's horrible.
The Wolves defender just can't sort his feet out. It's
Yeah.
Mascara, and it just bounces off him. And I would say, I mean, I don't know what you think, boys, but it almost feels like some of the most basic defenders.
It is,
Put
it
your
is.
foot through the ball. He almost just doesn't react to it, and then reacts to it too late, and almost just side foots it in. I mean, that's pathetic.
They need a new manager now.
Yeah. Just to
How far adrift are they? 2
points they've got.
points all
2
season.
points.
They've got 2 points all season. As things stand on 2 points.
They've been more than patient. He has
West
to
Ham
do
have got 4, Forest have got 8, Burnley on 10, Wolves at 8 points off Burnley in 17th place.
Come on.
CJ, you think it's time for him to go?
It's time to go. I mean, to be fair, obviously I'm not a Wolves fan, but they've given him a new contract. He's got 2 points and we're in November now. They've been more than patient. You still might not get out of hot water, but you have to try something new. And we all remember last week the kind of ugly scenes with the fans and the
That's
players.
never good, is it?
Yeah, like it gets into like the psychological aspect. The players don't look inspired. The fans don't look inspired. Like they need to change manager or give it to the caretaker gaffer, whoever it is. Something's got to change.
I mean, CJ, do you think the fact that he did so well last season when he came in is almost kind of giving him a little bit of extra time, maybe?
Yeah,
kind of thinking back to that.
Yeah, you're right, Sam, but that extra time's done now. Like, that extra time's done. You've got 2 points in November. You have to go. Like, you have to go. It has to end today, if I'm honest with you. I'm not even a Wolves fan, and I want it to change. Look at how they're conceded. Look at what we're seeing. Every week I'm sat here with you. Look, we're seeing Wolves.
Oh, Manchester United!
From Ahmad. That is unbelievable quality.
Shouldn't be celebrating. Get the ball.
Oh my God, what a hit that is.
Scott Saunders, Man United at back level. Talk us through the goal.
Big goal. United had a corner. It kind of bobbled around a little bit. The keeper didn't deal with it. It comes back out to Ahmad on the edge of the box. I don't know whether it's volley or half volley, but he absolutely catches it so sweet. It goes right through everybody in a flash. And United needed to react. Just unbelievable quality. Really good goal. That's such a big moment for United, that.
Yeah, it comes from a corner again that they clear. Oh, no, it is a volley.
That is a
So
very
United
good
whip in
finish.
the corners, a little bit of ricochet in the box. He gets headed out to Diallo, and it's a first-time volley left foot into the back of the net. That's an outstanding finish from a really special talent.
Yeah, unbelievable technical quality. And obviously, I think, look, when you take that risk of playing a player like that, he's a winger, right? He's diminutive. When you have a player like that and he's playing at right wing back, maybe you have to risk the other side. And he got beaten for one of the goals that Forrest scored earlier. But the amount of quality that he showed there is absolutely unbelievable. And I was sat here for when United were 2-1 down against Brentford, and they missed the penalty and they didn't really get back into it. What are they doing here? Surely not.
Nah, VAR can't be having it. There's nothing to have a look at.
Well, the game has stalled, so the game hasn't restarted yet. I'm not 100% sure what they're possibly having a look at.
There's nothing wrong with that finish.
No, nothing wrong with the finish. I think was there
or the build-up.
Yeah, was there?
The ball bobbled around a little bit, but obviously that's not what you think.
Maybe it's not something else. Yeah.
Right.
Well, what are they checking?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah,
ruin the moment.
No, but the fact that none of us even knew what they were checking,
Bewildering,
is
ruin the moment. But like, I was sat here for when United were 2-1 down against Brentford, and they missed the penalty, but the way that they didn't really take the game by the scruff of the neck, and it really. I was worried that was going to happen today as well. But like, look, it's out of nothing. I got to be honest. It's out of nothing.
This looks like a different United team to the one against Brentford. It looks like a United team.
It looks like they've grown and matured a little bit.
Yeah.
And the way that I'm judging this team and their success at the moment is how they react to like adversity and difficult situations. And this was it was getting to the point, like before that goal went in, Forest were on top.
I think Forest have been the better team of the whole game. Maybe bar a little spell in the first half. I think Forest in particular where they start. Since United took the lead, I think Forest have been really impressive. Is the comeback on for Bristol City? They've got a goal back away at Stoke. Stoke 5, Bristol City 1. Hey, goal difference, Jamie. Play for goal difference. Get a couple of goals. Hey, it's going to be. I promise you one thing. It's going to be a tight and close championship season. Come the back end. Another couple. What are you laughing at, Lee?
I'm not. I'm just
how would Grimsby doing today?
I'm just enjoying.
How would Grimsby doing today?
I haven't checked the score.
You haven't checked the score.
I've been too busy keeping.
You're a Grimsby fan. How can you not check the score? I'll check. I'll check for you. You're in the FA Cup, mate.
Please check it for me.
3-1 up at home to Ebbsfleet. That's what it's all about.
You don't need to check, do you?
You don't need to check. You didn't even know who you were playing and what competition you were playing in Leaf Up. That's absolutely outrageous for you.
It's shocking. It's shocking behaviour.
When they beat United, he was there.
Has there been a goal?
Nico Williams?
Is that? No.
Good. I'll tell you what, by the way, Brighton, absolutely all over. Good save by the goalkeeper.
That is a save.
Ayari has a shot from just inside the box and the goalkeeper gets away and manages to push it out. So really, it looks like all the games are pretty much decided apart from Forest Man United. Let's just go back to Vitor Pereira for a second. Scott, it almost feels like when you look at the league table, played 10, won none, drawn 2, lost 8, conceded 21 goals. I mean, is it almost impossible to put forward an argument to keep hold of him?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, look, like you say, you're approaching an international break soon. Whatever's happening at Wolves ain't working at the moment.
Exactly.
I would look at the squad and look at the team and think when they sold, Cunha was their guy, right, last season. They've obviously sold him, and now you look at the team and you think, is there enough quality in there? I think that's a definite problem that they have. But whatever's happening with the manager at the moment, you see the scenes in the crowd. You see the arguments between, Jose Sarr was out there, and let's hope United get by this corner.
Come on, Rice.
They're still on the ropes here. But it just has all the signs to me, this Wolves situation of you need to make a change. And if you're that far adrift after 10 games.
Yeah. No, it has to be.
Rice.
And Lee, we'd be absolutely no surprise that he's obviously very, very short as needs.
Yeah, 1 to 2. Favourite to be the next Premier League manager to go. 2 points from 10 games. That's 0.2 points per match. They need what? We always say 37, don't we? So they need 35 more points to stand a chance of staying in this division. So they need 8 wins and 11 draws. It's just, that sounds absolutely ridiculous given what we're seeing from them.
Yeah.
They need to average 1.25 points a game to have any chance of staying up. That's a lot for a team who are down there.
Yeah, and one thing
that's not going to happen under the current regime, I would suggest.
And
so that's why he's favourite.
But before we put all the blame on Vitor Pereira, one thing I would say is I know the Wolves fans in particular are also not happy above and how the football
clearly can't be.
If you look over the last couple of seasons,
100%.
Semedo, Aït-Nouri, Cunha,
Gibbs White, I'm sure.
Gibbs White, that's a little bit longer ago.
They held on to Studgrass, to be fair, but he'll go. Was it?
Strand Larsen.
Yeah, Strand Larsen. Yeah.
They've consistently, haven't they, been selling their best players. And it feels like there's a couple of teams like your Brentfords and your Brightons that can almost kind of do that and keep. But eventually it feels like for most teams, when you year on, year out, sell your best players, in a league like the Premier League, as competitive as the Premier League, it's going to come and catch up with you, right?
Yeah, I guess when you do look at the end of last season, all right, they finished off with a few defeats, but they had that really good run, didn't they, where they won a load of games back-to-back. Mm-hmm. They were beating the likes of Tottenham. Obviously, they beat Man United as well at Old Trafford. So, everything was rosy then. I guess, yeah, you could say, well, you're selling players and you're not recruiting as well as you should be. But, something. Unfortunately, when you get in this situation, the momentum is too much to, so something has to change.
Exactly.
You can't change your squad.
Yeah.
You can't. We're not going to change the upper echelons of the club. So unfortunately, the manager. No one's blaming Vitor Pereira. By the way,
just the nature
it's
of
just
the
that's
business.
what it is, isn't it? It's unfortunately they are judged by the results, and the results just aren't good enough at the minute. They're conceding lots of goals. They conceded 2 against Sunderland, 3 against Burnley. These are teams who are with them.
See?
4 against Chelsea in the cup. Chelsea down to 10 men, and then today again.
So it almost feels like he probably proved last season that he's a good coach and he can get, but I just think, despite the goodwill from last season and the fact that he's an experienced manager, I think when you get into a situation like this where it becomes this bad and things are becoming a little bit toxic, I almost just think you have to take the gamble.
You have to pull the plug.
Let's go. Oh no!
You almost have to take the gamble to try and bring a new manager, even if
Exactly.
it's just that new manager bounce, new ideas. Because it almost just feels like if you carry on like this, it almost feels
How can you do the same
impossible.
thing and expect different results?
Yeah,
Sam?
exactly. Yeah, I agree with that.
It has to change.
Yeah, and it'd be fascinating to sort of see what you think. Like a Sean Dyche type of manager, a couple of weeks ago would have been some that they.
Yeah.
They need a manager bounce. They need a big.
Yeah.
They
Exactly.
need a few wins because just when you get down to those bare stats of how many points they need, 35 points they need now. With 28 games left. I mean, when you start thinking about what does that mean, it's a lot of wins. 8 wins.
Yeah, I mean, I
11
think
draws.
It's actually mad.
they just don't. I think it's a squad that just doesn't look anywhere near good enough for Premier League quality, and also especially given the fact that the 3 teams that have come up look pretty good. I think they're absolutely. I think they're struggling.
And by the way, I'm saying 37 points. It could be more given how well teams are playing. I know West Ham are right down there,
Oh,
but if Leeds and Sunderland are
Hudson-Odoi in the
chance.
box.
Overran it. That's his
To
problem.
Anderson. Oh, takes the deflection, goes wide.
The thing is, that's all come as well from Sesko had a shot at the other end, clearly deflected over. He gave a goal kick. Come on, ref. And that's risky.
Mazraoui tries to play out, takes it past Hudson-Odoi, who wins the ball back. He shoots, comes to Anderson, who does shoot, and does it come off the United? Oh, I think it comes off the Forest player.
Comes the Forest player, right?
Has he given a
Did
corner or a goal kick? Yeah, it bounced off Igor Jesus. And does it? It definitely does. I think he's offside as well.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Odoi it comes off. Sorry. Oh,
And he gave a corner for that.
Oh, here we-
2 wrong decisions in the space of 2 minutes.
Kalangers.
I know you'll love it, but that
it's an Elliot Anderson in swinging corner in the.
this.
Fulham hit the post from close range.
Yeah. Oh, the camera angle's
Well,
cool.
that camera angle looks like it's
The
going.
camera angle done us
Forrest will
dirty.
moan about the ball being out, but if that had gone in,
Yeah.
The ref's been inconsistent, man.
So we're into the 90th minute then. Forest 2, Man United 2, Palace 2, Brentford 0, Fulham 3, Wolves 0, Burnley 0, Arsenal 2, Brighton 3, Leeds 0. Would this be a good point, Scott?
I would take it. Right now, I'd take it. But United are under the cosh here. I thought coming out of these next 2, like this game and Tottenham away, 3 points or 4 points or whatever would be a really good return.
5 minutes added on, Scott.
5 minutes added on.
Surely a late winner.
United have been under the cosh for a lot of the games since they scored today.
What was that?
That's a
What was
terrible
that?
pass,
What did he see there? From a good player in Anderson. What
Well,
was that?
that was shocking. But look, I think a big change for me would be you could probably look at this game and think Forest maybe deserve to shade it and deserve to win. United getting that equaliser is relatively lucky, or maybe it's good character or good quality. But United just need to, if there's games that they're not really in or they deserve to lose, get a point from that. That's progress for me. But I still think there's 4 minutes left. It looks like it'd be another goal from
Yeah, it's been a
Surely
really
a-
entertaining game, hasn't it? Oh, by the way, I think our bet builder's finished, isn't it?
Yeah, it's over.
There's something
We
crazy
tried.
happening.
1 out of 4 came in.
shocking.
Who went both teams scores that you, Lee?
Yeah,
Oh, there we go.
Arsenal to win in both under 2.
We said 2-0, didn't we?
Well, so we need this to stay as it is at the minute, but it doesn't look like it's going to change much. I think Arsenal are pretty much happy. It's exactly what CJ said at the start, isn't it?
You've
2-0 up.
by the way,
and
you've
then-
had
And just keep it moving.
you, Lee, have been on fire today, by the way, because you went Leeds don't score, Leeds not to score, they haven't scored. Brighton to score 2, Welbeck to score, that's all come in. Arsenal to win 2-0 is a decent price, that's come in. Mateta to score, he's in form, that's come in. And what else did we go for? I think you went both teams to score and Forest United, didn't you? That's come in.
I've thrown a lot at the wall, though.
You should all. To be fair, a lot of it's stuck there, hasn't it? You should do this.
That's his job.
Do your job.
He's great at it.
It's maybe just a surprise that it's the first time it's happened.
Yeah, there we go. First time for everything. It's nearly Christmas. First time for everything.
To be fair, Kevin wasn't. I don't think Kevin would have been.
Oh, Kevin and Calvert-Lewin was not a good one, was it?
Calvert-Lewin's got both.
call
have
them
been
wild
subbed.
cards.
Both have been subbed. To be fair,
Judging by the way, Callum Hudson-Odoi is strolling off the pitch in the 92nd minute, Scott. I think that maybe gives you the impression that Nottingham Forest are happy with the point.
Well, I think if there's any team that deserve to win today, I think it's been Forest. But look, I think a point is all right for both teams.
You can see 2 goals in the
in the context of where United were in this game. I would take a point right now. But let's keep the ball for a few seconds and
Mbeumo, very good.
More attacking quality in the final third. Because
maybe one more chance here for Man United. Bruno Fernandes out to the left-hand side in the 93rd minute. We've got 2.5 minutes left to play. Bruno Fernandes still has it. Into Casemiro. Will he shoot? It takes a deflection.
The camera angle is horrible, man.
I thought
Took a deflection.
The camera, if we was going to dink in.
it went over in the end.
It went high in the air and it just goes over. But Scott, it's a corner for Man United. We've got 20 seconds left in the 93rd minute. That literally could have gone anywhere. The Casemiro booking hasn't come in, but he's got to go. Oh goodness me, Murillo gets himself in a really awkward position.
Was worried for a second, wasn't he?
Oh, I think every Forest fan was worried there. Anyway, big moments here now for Manchester United. 93 minutes has been played. Sean Dyche throwing all sorts of instructions on the pitch. United go short. Ahmad to the back post. Delit wins the header. Sells deals with it.
That is fantastic defending. If that did he clear it off the line?
Yeah, I think it's Nico Williams. I think
that is fantastic.
Ahmad had the shot at the back post. Yeah. He hits it with real power, makes real connection. But I think Nico Williams does so well to read it, gets on the line. And was it Murillo or Nico Williams?
Sells made a mess of that.
Yeah, Sells has had a bit of a nightmare.
Sells punches it to Ahmad. Ahmad, I think, does well. He hits it almost
he did
shot across
there, really.
And then it gets cleared off the line. What a chance, though, for Man United. It was Murillo, yeah.
Sells has been having a bit of a nightmare last few weeks, hasn't he? I mean,
Chelsea game at home here.
He's cleared it. But,
he flaps at a lot of stuff.
I think we're done at Crystal Palace, by the way. Brentford have had a bit of a go in the second half, to be fair to them, but really good result for Crystal Palace because they needed a result in the league, and that's 2-0, and they'll be very, very happy with that. Brentford, like I say, had a go in the second half without creating anything absolutely cast iron, to be fair.
Yeah, I think that's a big win for Palace, who hadn't won in 3 in the league. So important for them just to get back to winning ways. Backing up that really, really good win, of course, in the Carabao Cup against Liverpool. Jean-Philippe Mateta.
Deliver, boys.
What's that?
No, we've got a corner.
Oh, sorry,
30 seconds left.
Okay.
It looks like we're going to play it short.
Getting ass off.
Yeah, no, just deliver it. Once you've been given a taste for goals from set pieces, you never want it to stop.
Scott, 30 seconds left then at the City Ground.
Yeah, look, I think United have probably rode their luck a little bit today. Forest have really cut through them at times. But what I'm looking for here is like differences in mentality and the way that they react to like adversity. You concede 2 goals in the first 5 minutes of the second half. You got Forest with their tails properly up. Probably, I imagine, the whole team and the crowd infuriated by the way that United scored the goal in the first place to take the lead. I wanted to see a reaction, and look, they've got to 2-2. It's full time now. We've got to 2-2. I'll take that, I think. With the way that the game panned out, I wanted to come in and win this today to keep the momentum going, but the important thing was not to lose for me. Just keep in touch. What I want to see for United is to keep in touch with the top 5 and just be in the conversation, because there'll be more games like this. They're not going to like go and magically like win a bunch of games in a row now. This team is still flawed in certain places, but quality from Ahmad. Brilliant goal.
So Nottingham Forest 2, Manchester United 2 is the full time. Let's just focus then, Scott, a little bit more on Manchester United. We've done lots of shows together this season where you've been sitting there watching the same thing almost game in, game out. How pleasing and promising has the last couple of weeks been? The big question I guess to ask you, have you actually seen enough to think Man United have got something to really build on now? Is it more than just a good run of form? Do you believe this United team can be consistent and push on?
Well, I think, look, there's still technical flaws in this team. I think there's still going to be questions about the system. There will be, but I think that the most important thing that I wanted to see is the way that it's not the system for me, it's the application to the system. And there were times today where Nottingham Forest wanted it more than United did. The start of after United scored, the start of the second half, they were peppering them, absolutely peppering them. And it probably could have got worse for United as well, but they hung in there. That's what I want to see. I want to see character. I want to see mentality to get back into it. And United created a lot of chances today. They were unlucky not to win it at the end as well, with an Ahmad shot that was cleared off the line. Look, I'm more optimistic than I was. At least I'm not seeing my team lose consistently or win one, lose one. There's 4 unbeaten now or whatever it is. and just build that run up. That's all I want to see. Keep in touch with the Champions League places, because this team doesn't have European football. They should be giving full intensity, full energy every single time, and probably will have a better chance of giving that full energy and intensity every time because they have fewer games than all of the teams around them.
Brighton are beating Leeds by 3-0. Palace are beating Brentford by 2-0. Is also one of the things that's really noticeable as well is we can talk a lot about the system, the manager, the new players coming in. But I think some of the players that have been in really poor form.
Oh, credit David Raya. That's a big save from a Marcus Edwards free kick.
Players that have been in really, really poor form are finding themselves back in form. Like Casemiro is a really good example of somebody that kind of struck. And even you go further, players like Maguire and Luke Shaw, who people think, shouldn't have been in the Man United team, should have been sold years ago.
I was one of them.
Finding in really good form.
I was one of them. Like, they're not going to be... Maybe Luke Shaw's a player that you can get more out of. Like, he's having a good, consistent run of form and a good, consistent run. He's touch wood. He's not injured. Hopefully he can stay in there. He seems to have found his position in the team. It'll be interesting now with Martinez coming back and getting back into training as well, where Luke Shaw goes from there. But yeah, the senior guys in the team have needed to step up, and Luke Shaw's one of them. Casemiro is one of them, and Casemiro scored today. United need to get through and rebuild the character of the team and rebuild the character of the squad and get back to having to deal with the expectation of playing for Manchester United and having to win every week. They didn't win today, but the way that the game panned out, I'll take that. You just move on. And tomorrow's the next game is
Spurs away.
Spurs away. It's a difficult one. We'll see how they do tonight.
Nah, you win.
Hopefully, we'll see. But just build consistency. Go unbeaten for a while.
Yeah, they look like a top 8 side, top 6, hopefully.
Yeah,
they're not a top 4 side. I don't think. I think that game.
I would say they're not a top 4 side.
They should be aiming for top 6.
I think they should be. I think there's an opportunity for them to aim for top 5 Champions League, just because of the fact that there's teams in the Champions League. There's 6 teams in the Champions League from England, right?
I don't think it's confirmed yet. It's 5 yet.
It depends on the progress.
This season.
Oh, this season we got 6, yeah.
So that they play 8 extra games more than United do. There's
in 2 comps.
And they're out of the League Cup. There's enough quality in it.
And there are a lot of teams in Europe this year who aren't used to that European. But
Exactly.
we've got 9 out of the 20.
Yeah, nearly half the league are in Europe.
And we'll probably have more next year.
Palace are a good
So
example.
you should be taking advantage of that.
Yeah.
They look like today's performance looked like they're the same level as Nottingham Forest, and you'd expect Forest to maybe finish in the top 8.
Yeah.
And that's where I put Manchester United right now.
Yeah, and look, we'll see. What United do have going for them is a bit more, no, not a bit more, a hell of a lot more attacking threat than they had last year. I was watching games and they were just absolutely barren going forward. And today, at least, while there's other flaws in the team, I don't love the midfield. It worked last week, but I don't love it generally, and teams can cut through it quite a well.
Is that your most concerning area, your midfield?
Midfield for me, yeah. Wing backs as well. But you can see Ahmad on the other side is offering an attacking threat. If you can get the left side right, then okay. I think midfield for me, having the dynamism and energy and short passing, a kind of midfield orchestrator, the guy who can pass the ball, none
With the
like
guy,
Casemiro nor Bruno Fernandes are that. And they need to be physically able to be. Look, playing 2 in midfield in there is a hell of a lot of ground to cover, and I don't envy Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes having to do that job in this Amorim system. But you can't sign. United aren't in position to sign all these players at once. You just have to be patient and find ways to plaster over the problems until you can get those signs in.
Brighton beating Leeds by 3-0. Fulham beating Wolves by 3-0 as well. Man United drawing away at Forest 2-2. I mean, you mentioned earlier, Scott, that did you think that when United weren't in good form at the start of this season, the criticism of the system got overplayed a little bit? Or don't you think
I personally do, because I think that there are. Everyone was looking at Glasner and thinking, well, he plays the 3-4-2-1 in a much better way. And yeah, you could have said that a few weeks ago, and he's done a fantastic job at Palace, but there were calls for him to come in and replace Amorim, and you probably see an uptick. But Amorim is very consistent in what he thinks the problem is, and he doesn't think it's the system. And I think the way to summarise it is, it's not the system, it's the application to the system that is the problem. And I think unless this character thing is sorted out, the players will let the next system down, even if it's a 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1 or whatever it is. That's how I feel. And I know
so you just want to reset the standards more than anything.
Reset the
back
fact
to
that
basics.
this club needs to get back into the Champions League and needs to get back competing for titles again. There's a plan off the pitch for that.
You use the word character there. I mean, lots of people have spoken about individual players at United in the previous years and maybe not, giving all and lacking character and stuff like that. I mean, do you think in the last few weeks we have seen that it's a because I think Garnacho and Rashford to Mbeumo and Cunha, I think there's two massive upgrades.
Even
right?
the talking points around
Do you think the character's there, and do you think it's still a United team that are clearly still backing the manager and believing in the manager?
I think so. I think the club feel like that's the problem as well, the character thing. And you've got players like Mbeumo and Cunha could have gone to other places.
They want to be at Man United.
But they wanted to join United, and they've come in and relished the challenge of taking that responsibility on their shoulders and helping out. Like
That's how I
all
feel
of
about Gyökeres.
like Bruno Fernandes, just watching him hit the post there. Bruno Fernandes has had the sole responsibility for the last 2 years of carrying United on his shoulders. It's not fair on him. He can't play out of his skin every single week. He needs players to take up that attacking mantle outside of him.
That's
The
how I
problem
feel about
last year
Saka.
was you play Bruno in midfield, you lose a bit at number 10 or whatever it is. You lose attacking threat. If you play him at number 10, you have problems behind you. So how do you fix it? Get more players in who are like relishing the challenge. And Cunha, I thought, was good today. And Mbeumo didn't have the greatest game in the world. But you can't expect it every week. But at least there's more players now who are sharing the burden and responsibility. Of
Today is exactly 1 year, Scott, today since Ruben Amorim, and I saw a quote in the back of the newspaper today that he said, I didn't think I was going to get here in a year. And I have to say, I admire his honesty as a manager. He literally will just say what he thinks, right? What does the future look like for Man United under Ruben Amorim? If you had to guess where United's going to be this time next year, if we're hopefully all sitting together doing talkSPORT goals, what do you think the future looks like?
I think if the form of the last few weeks continues, I think he will hold on. I think United want him to get to the end of the season. Absolutely do. So do I. I really like him as a guy. I think you talk about his honesty there. It's really good, really refreshing, fantastic. And I think what United need to do is get through this season, show progress for me. If they get back into the Europa League or something like that, or miss out on the last day, but I've seen enough from the team to know that they're going in the right direction. I'm fine with that. I'm happy with that. And then keep building at it, because I still see like deficiencies in this team, and only when they are addressed with like players who can cover every blade of grass or have that technical quality, then I'll judge it.
That kind of ball carrying box to box midfielder is someone that you need.
With a bit of defensive bite as well, who can cover ground.
Elliot Anderson's, the Adam Whartons of this world.
Those kinds of players, Balaba's not had a great start to the season, but you can see why clubs want him as well. And you address that area. Look, United have. They've played more games, but they're fifth in the league. They're 2 points or
1 point off second.
One point off second. And look, they'll fall down the league this weekend. I think maybe you look at United by the end of the weekend and they're 8th or 9th in the league because other teams below them have won 1 point. But if they can stay in this mix and Amorim can just get back into Europe, that's what he's being judged on. He's admitted that himself. If they can get back into Europe, keep building.
Will they, CJ? Do you think, it does feel like, apart from Arsenal, everyone feels quite up and down at the moment. Can United be the most consistent of the rest?
Nah, I don't think so, man, if I'm honest with you. I think this season's just about like everything Scott's saying, just getting some basic competencies and basic consistencies. Like watching that game, it reminded me of Arsenal a few years ago. It's the good, the bad and the ugly. There's some decisions that went for and against Man United and Forest, but the Man United that I grew up with in my 30 years, if you take the lead, you have to see it through to the end. The second half, if I was a United fan, I'd probably be peed off with the 10 minutes after half-time because I don't know what's gone on there. It's just a tale of two halves. As Scott said, and a good point, if they can just get some good habits, get some consistency, they're playing 1 game a week, that is something in their advantage. Whether they have the squad, whether the ability of the squad is there to handle it, whether, these sort of things remain to be seen. But I don't think they'll get Champions League, but they're in the mix. Europa, I don't see why United can't get Europa League football next season as a minimum. Champions League's probably a long shot. But
if this was last season, they'd have lost today.
Yeah, 100%.
They would have.
1,000,000%.
So, on the first day of November, we are finished then in our Saturday 3 o'clock games. It was a good afternoon's work for Brighton, beating Leeds United by 3-0. Welbeck and a Gomez brace giving Brighton the 3 points. Arsenal win and win and win. And guess what? They kept another clean sheet, winning 2-0 away at Burnley. Palace back to winning ways in the league, beating Brentford by 2-0. Mateta and a Collins own goal. Goodness me, Fulham needed 3 points, didn't they? Starting the day just outside the relegation zone. They beat Wolves by 3-0. Wolves still yet to win the season in the Premier League, as we've just been discussing. Forest 2, Fulham 2. I'll just quickly run you through the Championship full times. In the 3 o'clock games, Birmingham 4, Portsmouth 0. It finished 1-1. Charlton, Swansea, Oxford scored a 96th minute equaliser against Millwall. Oxford 2, Millwall 2. Probably the best performance and result of the season for Ipswich, going to QPR, winning 4-1. Sheffield United continue to struggle, losing at home to Derby by 3-1. Talking of teams struggling, Southampton lose once again today, this time at home to Preston by 2-0. Stoke 5, Bristol City won in the game between the two sides starting the day in their playoff places, and Middlesbrough lost 3-0 away at Watford. That means all of the top three, Coventry, Middlesbrough and Millwall, didn't win this weekend. So Stoke jump up to third in the table. Coventry, Middlesbrough the top two. Stoke, Millwall, Bristol City, Preston make up the top six. If you are watching on talkSPORT's YouTube channel and on your smart TVs at 5:30 this afternoon, it's the phone-in show with Jamie O'Hara and Rory Jennings today. We'll take a very quick break though on talkSPORT goals, and then when we come back, we'll continue to round up everything that's happened in the Premier League today at 3 o'clock. And a very good afternoon. Welcome back to talkSPORT Goals. We're live on talkSPORT's YouTube channel and also on your smart TV. It's Sam Ellard, CJ the Laguna, and Scotty Saunders with you for another 10 or 15 minutes or so. Then we're handing over to the full-time phone show. Jamie O'Hara, Roy Jennings with you from 5:30. They'll be taking your calls on all of the day's football. You know the number by now. Well, I hope you do. If you don't, it's 03717 22 33 44. Lee Phelps moonlighting has just in that I have to say, by the way,
Right on time.
He's just walk across. He'll be all right. We're all chilled, aren't we? Yeah? Come in and sit down, mate. So we had a 3-minute ad break there, and just to confirm, in that 3-minute ad break, you've been on talkSPORT 2 on the radio and done a preview for what game in the FA Cup?
Brackley, Notts County.
Ridiculous.
Big game.
That time, so you literally went straight in and just did and
made it back.
Brackley, Notts County.
Do you want to give us the latest also for Brackley, Notts County?
Notts County 17 to 20, 5th in League 2. Touch of odds on. Brackley 17th in National League. I think that's a decent price for Notts County. Yeah. Brackley don't score many goals,
It's worth it trying.
but did win 6-2 in the last round against Woking.
fancy it?
Yeah, just to confirm, this comes from a guy
Magically, FA Cup.
that backed the Kevin and Calvert-Lewin double today.
But their goal scorer, but Brackley's goal scorers are on the bench. They've set up like with about. It looks like they've got about 7 across the middle of the park, so they're going to try and keep it tight. I think Notts County.
Lee Phelps is a man that is taking over the talkSPORT network in the years to come. Some headlines then today from the Premier League. Man United's winning run comes to an end. They remain unbeaten though, drawing away at Forest by 2-2. Wolves remain winless in the Premier League this season, losing away at Fulham by 3-0. Palace back to winning ways, beating Brentford by 2-0. Arsenal remain top of the table. Another win today, another clean sheet, winning 2-0 away at Burnley. And Brighton beat Leeds United by 3-0. CJ, let's touch on all things Arsenal. Everything at the moment at Arsenal just feels like you're in complete control of everything, complete domination. And really at no point during this game today did it feel like it was going to be anything other than Arsenal win?
100%. Like for me, this season above all, I've seen. To be fair, I think it counts as last season, but I've seen a new level of maturity, especially when we get that first goal. We know we kind of know what we're going to do defensively. We know we can't be broken down. We trust in everything we're doing. You know, football. As much as we're kind of complete across 90 minutes, there are times like in the second half. I have to give credit to Scott Parker and Burnley. They did make it difficult for us. We did have to do some defending. You saw in the dying embers, Marcus Edwards had a terrific free kick, but we've got this inevitability about us. We're showing the consistency in terms of the 3 points. We're putting a winning run together, which is obviously great with City and Liverpool's inconsistencies. It's still early doors, but it's looking good, and we really are boring Arsenal, man. It's lovely, man. It's lovely, man.
Got even shorter for the title, 4-11 to win the title now. That means City have drifted 9-2 and Liverpool out to 15-2 before playing
15-2, goodness me. Who would have thought that a few weeks ago?
And Liverpool and City, obviously, not that they're going.
They play next weekend.
Next Sunday.
Yeah, play next year. Exactly. That's
Arsenal go to Sunderland as well that day. I know Sunderland are in good form.
That's going to be a very big test, especially with Granit Xhaka. But, you know, the other two teams that's fighting for the title, they're playing later today. So it's just nice to do our job, really.
Arsenal have scored 8 league goals via corners this season, the most ever by a team in their first 10 games of a Premier League campaign. It feels inevitable, doesn't it? How important was that goal for Victor Gyökeres? What did you make of his performance? Subbed at half-time. What did you make of his performance in that first half?
I think he had a very good performance. I think he has pressed well. He's always pressed well since he signed for our football club. He's pressed well. He worked his socks off. Obviously, you know, addressing the elephant in the room, you want your striker to score goals, or you don't really care how it goes in. So I'm happy he got the goal. Me and you were talking off air. I'm kind of happy with his role in the build-up to, you know, when we went on the break and it led to...
nice ball, didn't it?
Yeah, what led to Rice scoring. And anywhere you can get your confidence, I'm pretty sure that's his first goal away from the Emirates, you know, and I know we was saying it in jest, but if he's going to be a flat-track bully and can't necessarily do it in the big games, this is where you want it to happen for him. And for me, it's now... I see enough in terms of how we're playing from open play to know when our players are back and those relationships can build. We are going to start playing a lot more quote-unquote attractive football and marry that with our defensive aspects. But that's what I need. I need Saka to start bagging. I need Gyökeres to start finding his feet. I need Eze to start finding his feet, because for me, whatever you say about Liverpool or City, they've got players that have dragged them over the line and can drag them over the line. We haven't showed that this season yet. Saka can obviously do it and he's been an outside, but so far so good. If we're running away with the league, and I'm saying all of this, can only get better, man.
No, well, that's the thing, though. Sorry, Sam. That's the thing.
Mate.
Arsenal are in this position now where everybody expects them to win the league. So the job is, like, it's already 10 games in, but the job is now they've got to win the league.
No, you got to win the league. We all have to win the league, you know. You're a United fan. I know you're not in it, but United, Liverpool, Arsenal are the 3 biggest clubs in the land. Of course, there's been a 20-year drought. We just need to keep going game by game. I know it sounds cliche, but literally, there's no good in us getting excited. We just go game by game. Nothing's won yet.
That's the right
Let's keep
answer.
going. Yeah, we need to. For me, no, because for me, if we're still saying this in April, May, great stuff. But that's what I'm looking at. Let's just get through this period. The period that we're ending now, probably with Sunderland, we've been beating a lot of our bogey teams, like Fulham, Crystal Palace, West Ham, Brighton, teams that have shot us in the foot. So we've kind of gone away from that. November's typically started poor for us as Arsenal fans, and we've started it in the best way. After the Sunderland game, not that I'm looking past them, we've obviously got the North London derby, which I know we're going to win. The last 2 trips at Chelsea away, which we got coming up, at the Bridge, we haven't been good enough. We've got Bayern in the Champions League. I think we even got Brentford, and we was giving them their plaudits even though they lost today. So if we get through that period, well, hey, start putting the champagne on ice, man.
The interesting thing is, as well, you're talking about you want more from Saka and want more for...
Every one of those attacking players.
And you're right, because at the moment, you're winning games by 1 or 2-0, and you're doing it by set pieces. I mean, Saka is a double-figure Premier League striker.
Exactly.
Score He scored 2 this season.
Exactly, and he can do a lot.
Eze is also a double-figure, goal scorer, and he scored 1 in the league this season.
Which was last week.
So effectively, you've got 25 goals there between those two players.
Exactly.
So when they start to play, then the rest of the league should be very worried.
It's scary, but not for us.
That's why there's such a short price, I think, because I think there's still more to come from this Arsenal team. I'm not saying there isn't from Liverpool and Man City. They can both improve. But if they start to play, then that's scary.
It's curtains.
I'm just going through social media here. I have to say, Victor Gyökeres is getting a lot of love.
Come on.
Charles Watts, who covers Arsenal.
Big up Charles Watts,
Victor Gyökeres, best 45 minutes in Arsenal shirt by distance.
Ooh,
Not his
I don't
goal,
know.
obviously, but his hold-up and link-up play has been excellent. Everything has been sticking, and his pass and the build-up to Rice's goal was exquisite. And I thought that. Yeah. I thought he looked in possession, because I think I've used the phrase a bit clunky and a bit awkward sometimes, but he did look a little bit more composed this afternoon. And I thought, the goal was great, right place, right time, that's important, but I thought his all-round game was really good today.
Do you know why? I think the track was flat. He has to do that then. It's not a case that...
Silence in the studio.
I'm all on that. I'm down for this.
He has to do it though, doesn't he? It's not a case that you want to see. He has to score in those games.
Yep. If you're not going to score in the big games,
you don't play.
Exactly.
How long's Havertz out?
Apparently he's back in the next 2 weeks, which fingers toes.
What happens then? What happens then?
I still think Gyökeres is your main striker.
Gyökeres.
But I think what might benefit Gyökeres as well is the odd, so let's just say, for argument's sake, if Havertz was here now, if Gyökeres is playing every week, maybe in the Champions League against Slavia Prague, you couldn't alternate and then bring Gyökeres back in. I think it would just be a bit more of a... I think Gyökeres is the main guy and plays in the big games, but I think having Havertz will benefit Gyökeres because it just means he can take him off after
You're right.
and can rest him in certain
It could be a
games.
stylistic thing as well, how they want to approach games. Do they want that striker to kind of do what Havertz does, or do you want that?
Or there's scope to play both of them.
Yeah.
Like,
What do you think? Who do you think is better suited to the Arsenal system?
I think Gyökeres, because he can kind of do... Havertz has obviously been here longer. Havertz can kind of... He looks a bit prettier in all the aspects other than just goal scoring. You made a comment, and I agree in that Gyökeres is quite clunky, but Gyökeres has what Havertz has been unable to do, to be fair to him, and Jesus, and just put the ball in the back of the net. I still think there's an element of more clear-cut chances. I actually think there's scope for, because Odegaard's out and Eze can't play all the time, there's scope to play both Havertz and Gyökeres together. Like what you just said there about Havertz dropping in deep, and it didn't really see it today, but Gyökeres likes to run early. Him and Martinelli, if you watch our games, they make that early run and then typically up in arms because the ball isn't being fed to them. So, yeah, and even with that, clearly Gyökeres... There's something with his fitness because he got the day off against Brighton in the League Cup, and then obviously today's come off at half time. So we need our players back, and it's not just him. It's the Gabriel Jesus, it's the Maduekes. There's several players that are out. It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, no, you forget players are there. Like, I even forgot Miles Lewis-Skelly. I love him to bits until he came off the bench, and Wanyeri, and we've got the exciting downman. This is what we've wanted. So let's just get over the line, man.
Arsenal lost the goal 34 days ago.
Oh, crazy.
I mean, it's do you know what I mean? Like, it's almost getting to a point now where it's just laughable and ridiculous. I mean, can you quite believe what you're watching,
There's still
CJ?
matches to this. Like, this is probably the stripped back version of what they can probably do. Like, in the sense of, like, they have stopped teams scoring against them. And they've got the element of, like, no matter how good or bad they're playing, they always have that set piece stretch. They're going to always rely on that. That's not something that's going to go out of their system unless teams start to figure it out a little bit. And you've got the extra goals from all those players we just mentioned there to add on top of the stylistic element of this. So this is, it's scary.
I obviously want my team Liverpool to win the Premier League this season. If I'm talking now more as a broadcaster, like, when I look at what Arteta's done at Arsenal over sort of a 6-7 year period, taking over a team that were finishing 8th and were all over the place, this better than me.
The culture off the field, let alone on it.
And I look at everything he's done from off the pitch to on the pitch in terms of the recruitment, the mentality, the character, the way he coaches players, sets people up. And you look at how good Arsenal have been over the last couple of years without winning a Premier League or any sort of trophy. It does feel like this Arsenal team and Arteta deserve a big honour. Do you get that? So obviously you'll think that.
Absolutely,
do you think that? Because it almost feels like, let's just say Arteta was to walk away at the end of the season. No, he won't. Let's just say he does. It almost feels like it would be a shame and a bit unfair if he walked away without winning your Premier League.
Without making some history.
They've been so... And I felt that with Klopp for a long time. I almost think with Klopp, the Klopp's Liverpool teams were so good and so dominant that winning just one Premier League and one Champions League, he almost deserved at least one more.